I want to cast omniscience. I want to have all the science. Like technically, it's even like well, I guess it's the same word, but yeah. Or there's another great one. Something about like black 1-mana discard spells that people always get wrong, and I guess including me, at least, but for a different one. But like, here's the thing: like Germans, they would say sword size.
Dude, yeah, I've heard that before. Size. Yeah.
Like, literally, it kills me. Like, I'm not even pretending that I like have like a proper English like accent or whatever, but like sword size, come on.
Dude, like we also had a couple of dudes here in our Berlin community who also said thought size. And I thought, like, an 18-year-old baby Kai thought that this is like how you gonna say it, right? So I just copied that for a little bit.
Like, the best thing is if you believe something is like wrong, but then everybody else around you does it, and then you're the new guy, you wanna blend in and you do it as well. So you feel like this is wrong, but I don't wanna stand out.
I would just play Zwang instead.
Zwang. Oh, Zwang. Yeah, you guys wanna pronounce like sets like S? I guess you can make a whole episode of like how everybody like pronounces everything wrong, but that's fun. Yeah, but okay. Like speaking of like copying other guys around you, I must have told the story before, right? The second tournament I went to. Somehow the first tournament only had.
How do you remember the first ones? Like Jesus.
I literally remember my second tournament, like all of those. The second tournament I went to, I played Gifts Rock and Extended, and I was up against a guy who played Mono Blue Wizard Control, and you guys know Spiketail Hatchling. Okay. It's a 2-mana flyer, and you can sacrifice it to daze something. And that card controlled me like so hard because like I played Giftstroke, all of my spells were like 4 and 5 mana. And there was this Spiketail Hatchling on board, and I literally could never ever get around it. And somehow, like back then, my brain wasn't advanced enough to realize that I can just like run a spell into it, and then it dies. And yes, it's a terrible trait, but that's still better than like not playing all of my spells in the first place.
It's feeder.
Okay.
Spiketail Hatchling.
Spiketail Hatchling.
It's from Nemesis, I believe. It's
the 4-spike thing.
It's a 4-spike thing for 2 mana. Like it hits you for 1 every turn.
Unbeatable. Like, what do you do against that? Just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally, I get destroyed by that card. And I played like Giftstroke, one of the most powerful decks in an extent.
Anyway,
so the reason I come back to this, I probably told the story like 100 episodes ago. So I play against this guy, and I can tell he's been around, and like he has been to many. Well, I guess it wasn't that hard to beat more tournaments than I had been. But so the thing he does is he pile shuffles his deck, right? And I look at the guy and I'm like, the fuck is he doing? Like, I mean, but by now we already know, right? It's not even pile shuffling. It's not even like recognized as shuffling. It's literally just a fancy way of counting. But I look at him and he does that. I'm like, he must be like, he must have some kind of handicap or something. Like he must be mentally handicapped or something. I look at him and I'm like, okay, this is really awkward, but I'm not going to say something because I don't want to like cause an issue. And maybe he's known as like the handicapped guy at the store. So he gets some leeway and stuff. And I'm like, okay, just chill, whatever. Let's lose the Spiketail Hatchling. And then the next round, because we were sitting at the table like in the far end of the store, like we literally had nobody else around us. So the next round I'm sitting where everybody is sitting. And like all the people around me are doing the same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you guys all like this? And then I realized, no, this is like what Magic players used to do. And I started doing it myself for many years until you eventually shed a habit of like doing something wrong, but you feel like, maybe I shouldn't because like everybody else is doing it. But then you start applying your own thoughts and stuff. And then it's all that much better when the community eventually realized that like pile counting is just like stupid and a waste of time. But yeah.
I feel like I've seen Kai do it recently.
I had a similar experience like the first time I saw that, except that I didn't think that person was handicapped. I just thought they were really good at Magic, so I just kept copying that. For maybe like half a year or like a year, I didn't know why people were pile shuffling, right? Like because I did the same thing like with the cards like facing up. Because I really wanted to know, like does it really like
up is like so bad? Like it removes any aspect of even trying to shuffle.
Yeah, and then like I was like, dude, this is not randomized at all. Like, what is this bullshit? Yeah.
The funniest thing to me was when I went to another store like many years later, and there was a guy who was also pile shuffling, and like sometimes you can tell when somebody's pile shuffling, they're really weird about it, like really weird about it. So he sometimes would even like turn over cards when he like accidentally put it in the wrong pile and like make sure it's the card that he wanted. And ask, because it was just like a random FNM, and ask him, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just making sure that I got the right like distribution of lands and spells. Like
the right ratio.
Yeah, right. Dude, why do you think we're even like doing all of this? Like, what's the point? Like he never went as far as to think about like why are we shuffling in the first place? It's just like this weird procedure, and like you might as well like stack your deck at that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, just killing time. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you get into a hobby and you just like copy funny. Everybody else. And I mean,
so I have to say though, like way back before I even got into tournaments, like there was this weird habit where you like put like two spells, one land, two spells, one land, and that's how I stacked my deck the whole time.
It's called mana weaving.
Yeah. It did have a name. I didn't know it had a name.
Okay. We put names on crimes. You've heard about that.
Right, yeah. So back then, I wasn't even like aware of me doing like war crimes and stuff. You know, I was just like, I was told that this is like the right amount of like spells and lands. Because before that, I just added more spells to my deck and never added any lands, and like my deck became unplayable.
I just put my best cards in my hand every time. I just
right away, right? You remember
dude?
the guy at that Modern tournament in the US? I think it was like in Seattle or somewhere. And he would always present 53 cards and palm the perfect 7 in his opener hand.
Nice.
He played Amulet Titan with like a single Simian Spirit Guide. And people were like, oh, it's just like the Miser Simian Spirit Guide. Because like occasionally, like one in, I don't know, 500 matches, he will get the turn 1 kill. And like over the entire tournament, like there were reports of him having like 8 or 9 turn 1 kills until people realized he's only ever presenting 53 and palming the perfect 7 and killing people on the first turn.
I don't remember this, but like how would you, if you shuffle an opponent's deck, you could just tell it's 53.
Yes, I
can tell 58 or 59 if it like...
Honestly, I can't tell 59. I think I can tell I think 57 I can tell, 56 for sure. 58 probably not, honestly, but 56 for sure, 57 maybe, but certainly 53. Like there's like no way I can not.
I can do 59.5, but yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't even tell if my opponent's like actually playing a Yorion deck or not.
I mean, the Yorion is different, right? Also, like if you have these inner heart sleeves, but those didn't exist back then.
Oh yeah, triple sleeve
more
Yorion.
Complicated. Yeah. I've once run to a guy who had like quadruple sleeves, but that's just like
dude, there was
there's the taking turns guy, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, dude. The name escaped me, unfortunately. Yeah. What a legend, dude. He had it was Las Vegas, right? It was like Grand Prix Las Vegas Modern.
Yeah,
I think. The dude,
I was always like, this looks completely ridiculous, but fair play.
Didn't he go like top 8?
He might have.
I think so. Like he was on a feature match like a couple of times, and he had this like ridiculous triple sleeved extra turns deck. And it was like twice the size of a regular deck. It was a delight to watch. Yeah,
it was cool.
You guys remember, or I guess know Alpha 40, the format?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for rich people.
Like the joke used to be that people only play like in graded, like those hard graded, or they're not cases, I guess.
Oh, like, that's a weird
grade things.
Fetish.
Yeah. There was this Italian guy, like super old, and he was wearing like a tuxedo, and apparently he played like, I don't know, 20 pieces of power in his entire deck. It was just like ridiculous.
Do they allow proxies in that format?
Hopefully. No, there's no
that's
way.
The joke. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, with that, hello and welcome to Everyday Eternal number 197, your favorite, most deceptively named bi-weekly pile shuffling podcast. If you want to support the running of the show directly, you can support us on patreon.com/everydayeternal, as you should. Just wanted to say that, right? Hopefully. So, oh my god, we got the craziest first bullet point for the day today. How are we doing? Didn't we just like literally talk about this like less than 24 hours ago?
Yes. So
Has anything changed in your life?
Oh, should the listeners know that we had a recording session yesterday?
No, it's actually a secret Pentagon Papers thing, but you know.
Because like that makes this episode not so special, I think.
No, it's very special. What the hell?
It's very special, everyone. So
this
you better
is
turn on your
episode, Kai. It's all
your
about
radio machine right now. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I always like when podcast hosts say when they recorded something, and this apparently is what day is today? Tuesday, like I don't know.
Today is Tuesday. It is
Tuesday.
1916 in the UK. It's 2016 in Germany.
Tuesday,
very
1916.
warm, nice
it was like
Tuesday.
the First World War.
Yeah. It is.
You say that like an afterthought. Oh yeah, that was happening too, right?
Yeah, that was happening.
What was it like for you during the war?
I was not alive, so it's pretty easy actually.
Okay. Easy game, right? Just be born too late.
So I agree. So last night we recorded an episode with Johan Larsen. So that's probably going to come out first. So people will have seen it already. So we're doing back-to-back episodes because we just had this little thing called Eternal Mania happen. And this guy called Johan just like fucking destroyed everyone. So we're like, we should talk to that guy.
Yeah.
And then
so
Kai and I
today,
did some stuff as well.
So today you're going to listen to a lot of like people who didn't destroy anything.
A lot of going
to all the
2-3 and 3-3.
Yeah, this is like, we should call this like the losers episode.
The thing
like,
is, I was gonna give you guys shit that you haven't won anything in a long time, but then I realized, like, Callum, you did actually pretty well in France, right? That's how you qualified for ELM in the first place.
Yeah, I came second in one.
I mean, that was like ages ago.
It was like 10 years ago. That was like the first World War.
Doesn't count, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, I guess it's up to me to win something again. It's actually been quite a while.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, you better, right? Otherwise, you get kicked from the cast.
I
how
went 2-1 in the cube last night.
How frequently do you have to like win things to call yourself a pro?
But well, that's the age-old discussion, right? Is pro about your approach to the game? Is pro about like how much money you make, or like is pro? What does it mean to be a professional
I think it's
player?
like how consistent you are, not fucking up.
But the thing is, like, there are also like terrible pros, right? They go to every pro tour and they don't do well, but they are still good enough to be at the pro tour. So,
those are called those are called like wannabes. Right?
Yeah, but if you're like a professional wannabe, you still like
I'm a professional wannabe.
I wish that was like a term like on coverage. Here we have the wannabe versus the pro.
Yeah. No,
here we have the tryhards on screen.
The tryhard versus the professional wannabe, dude.
So
and
he's a natural.
They're all the plateau part of the meme you said last night about, you start and you just jam and then you have to think about everything to play around, then you just jam again.
Yeah,
they're thinking about everything.
Dude. Yeah, like
the
a moron.
Meme of, like
the
three guys, right? Yeah. Okay.
Imagine playing around things. Maybe this is why me and Kai did really badly this last weekend.
Maybe so.
Oh, you were trying to play around stuff.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can argue about this. Yeah.
So nothing special happened during the last 24 hours for all of you guys.
No, I went to work and came
so
home,
did I.
and we did this, and that's it.
Kai is unemployed. Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Easy.
always make fun of Kai for being unemployed, but also
Hey,
like
he's a chef
self-employed.
in Casa de Kai.
In Casa de Underground, Kai on the 4th floor or something.
Yeah. I actually like 3 hours ago, I cooked 6 meals for a couple of friends who came over.
That's
a lot
cool.
of your guests survived.
They are.
So far.
Yeah, they went home now. So
You asked them to check in.
maybe they went like
later on.
straight to jail or straight to hospital. Maybe.
No, the thing is in Berlin, like people are just happy that somebody is providing any kind of food, right?
That I can definitely agree on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have
Okay,
one
okay.
very important question, though.
Yeah.
What is our demon of the week?
Dude, I got a demon of the week. Like I
got
literally got a demon of the week. You too?
I also got one too. Yeah. But you go first.
Okay, I got the better one.
Shit.
No, mine's the best, actually.
You guys, mine is on the reserved list, and it was drawn by Drew Tucker. And
Wait, hold on. There are only a few of them.
Wait, but drawn by Drew Tucker or on the reserved list?
Both.
Like literally, if you know this card, then I don't know what to.
It's probably a terrible like 8 mana 5/5 whatever.
It's actually his 8 mana.
Are you kidding me, dude? Yeah, because like,
Lord of the
dude.
Pit.
No,
Dude, no, that's
you will
Mark
never have heard
that's
of
Mark
this card
TD,
ever.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
get your shit together.
Okay, guys, seriously. Okay, here I'm gonna read you the ability. So it's an 8 mana creature. It's called it's Infernal Denizen. You probably have never heard of that card, but it's from Ice Age. It's a rare. It's on a reserve list.
It has like power or toughness 5, correct? Is it a 7/5?
It's 5/7.
5/7.
Yeah, like back then we didn't make 7/5s, right? We make 5/7s. You gotta make sure that nobody can ever attack.
All right.
So
I've never seen this card before.
8 mana, crazy weird artwork. So you pay 8 mana for your 5/7. It has a triggered ability. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice 2 swamps. If you can't, tap this creature, and an opponent may gain control of a creature you control of their choice for as long as this creature remains on the battlefield.
That's sick.
Yeah.
It's very demonic.
You successfully
You must sacrifice 2 swamps every single turn to attack with your 5/7. Also, honestly, like I gotta add, it has a little bit of a pretty good ability. If you tap it, gain control of target creature for as long as this creature remains on the battlefield.
You know what's pretty cool with Agatha's Soul Cauldron?
Actually, that's insane with the Gotha Soul Cauldron.
Wow.
Could you imagine if this was an artifact we could put into the graveyard?
We're going to like entomb, and the opponent's like, oh shit, I'm dead to Archon. But nope, here comes Infernal Denizen. Put it under my Soul Cauldron.
Oh, and also we gotta put like Quirion range on there so we can like use it multiple times and on the opponent's turn.
So in this format of like one Bowmasters or like a Murktide in play, you can gain control of like 20 creatures in one turn though.
Yeah, at some point your opponent runs out of creatures and you're like, oh dude, I guess I gotta start attacking with my 5/7.
Overkill.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
then you
that's
sacrifice some swamps, then they'll get them all back.
It's also 83 cents, and you don't even need to ask whether it's like dollars or euro because like who cares?
Okay.
Yeah, that's my demon of the week. Kai, what
That's
do you
not. Yeah, no, it's hard to beat that.
I think we should stick to one demon of the week. Kai, you can have next episode.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that sounds better. Because like I have a demon in my head. I had one yesterday.
You got a demon in your head. You know there are people who can help
Go
you.
on.
Hit the back of my head. Yeah.
Have yesterday's then. Hit us with a demon of the week for yesterday.
Wait, didn't we have a demon of the day yesterday?
Oh yeah, we did. Johan chose one. He chose Grizzlebrand.
Yeah, Grizzlebrand.
Okay.
Oh, was it Grizzle? Yeah, was it Grizzle? Okay, all
right. Kai, you're next.
Right. Okay, cool.
Infernal Denizens is a cool one though. That's I've not seen that card before. I feel like.
Have you seen the artwork?
Yeah. I googled it now.
This is this
amazing
weird style. Like to me, that looks basically what I used to draw in. I wanna say like primary school. Like not that kind of stuff, but like that kind of style.
Are you okay?
Right?
Yeah.
No.
But you can see like the silhouettes in the back, and
it's amazing.
This is like creepy as fuck, dude. This can be like a heavy metal album cover.
Yeah, but tell me, like, how much time would it take you to draw that? Like, I mean, I guess part of the process is like coming up with it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he spent the most amount of time on the eyes, and honestly, really only on the left eye.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Like 10 minutes, 10 seconds?
I don't know. Maybe.
Wow. Can't believe an artist is slagging off a fellow artist.
Yeah. Okay. 10 hours. All right. Okay. Move on. Next topic.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So, what's the next topic actually?
I don't know.
Well, so the main topic is Kai and I went to Belgium for Eternal Mania last week. So if you are listening to all of our episodes, then you'll have heard that we interviewed Johan yesterday. So he won ELM as well as Eternal Weekend this past year. So he is just crushing. While we kind of went for the vibes, went for a good time. I was qualified for European Legacy Masters again, which I was really excited for. So that's where this is happening.
Like you went for the vibes and a good time while like carrying the hopes of your home country of, well, I guess France in this case.
Yeah, that's why I did really badly, I promise.
I see.
So I just wanted to like just very quickly say what is Eternal Mania, because we've covered it a couple of times over the last episodes, but it's a new kind of it's Eternal Mania. It's like a new event that happens in Hasselt, which is pretty close to Brussels. It took about an hour and 10 minutes on the train. Really, really easy train.
Literally everything in Belgium is close to Brussels.
Yeah, fair enough. But hey, it was easy, like really easy train. They were like every hour or something, and you could just buy a ticket on the day for 10-ish euros or something. What was cool, it feels like it's like very Central Europe, so a lot of people from all over Central Europe came and stuff. So it had a lot of players off the bat for a first event.
So funny, like when you talk about like Belgium, like, oh, a lot of people from Central Europe came to Belgium. Like it's literally a story of like all world wars and like magic. Okay, we keep going back to like history lessons.
Point being is it's a good location, right? To have an event.
Oh, hell yeah. Because, I think the only downside maybe of Hasselt is that it doesn't have an airport, right? So like you have, like if you're from a different country, like you have to take the plane to Brussels or somewhere else and then take a bus or a train or whatever, like cab maybe, I don't know.
Oh, dude, there's actually almost like 100,000 people in Hasselt. I would have never thought that.
No, same actually. It was a fairly small place, but...
Because I was going to make fun of Kai for like wanting an airport in Hasselt, but like almost 100, like usually towns of 100,000 people don't get an airport. But I thought it was going to be like
you
much
probably
tinier.
need like half of the population of Hasselt to work at the airport, then
I guess that works.
But like, we should mention this too, right? Like it was like such a big event in such a like in comparison to like such a small city. It was actually kind of nice because like you could just go to the city center and you just kind of see everything, and it's like so easy to meet up too, especially if you're like down for some drinks maybe.
Yeah, the town center was really nice. It was kind of like a circle which you could just follow around. There's just bars and restaurants everywhere.
Just like natural bar hopping built into the city. That sounds like a Belgian place.
The city had like ski resort vibes. It felt very well off, and the people there had a bunch of money and stuff. And it was a very pleasant place.
That's why an Eternal tournament was taking place there.
the tournament was like kind of on the outskirts, but it makes sense. Yeah. No, it was a really pleasant place to be. So.
Oh, actually, Kai, this town is twinned with like a Japanese city.
Oh, is it?
Have you ever heard of Itami?
I know Atami, but not Itami.
No, it's close to Osaka.
Okay, then I don't know it. Yeah, have I ever told you guys like I've never been to Osaka. Like
I want to go. Like I get so amazing vibes from it whenever I see something about it online. Even more so than Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like, completely different topic. Sorry, completely sidetrack you there.
It's okay. But yeah, twinned with, where was it again?
Itami.
No, the thing before that.
Anyway,
like circle bar hopping.
Yeah, it was so chill. Like what I really enjoyed was going out in the evenings afterwards, especially. So basically, we arrived Thursday. I arrived like midday Thursday. I had a really early flight. I left the house at 4:30 a.m. So I had the classic like full day of traveling, but it only took about 6.5 hours between. I had to go from Newcastle. I flew to Paris, CEDH to Brussels, then Brussels to Hasselt, which sounds a bit, but it wasn't too bad actually. So I got there. Kai, you arrived like early afternoon as well, I think.
Yeah, but I also left on Wednesday midnight. So I was one of those like crazy people who took the night bus from Berlin. It took me 13 hours.
But you only paid like €5, right?
I paid basically nothing, and I had a fun ride. Like,
did you manage to sneak on the bus?
No, so it was I had a proper ticket, yeah. But the thing is, like, with night buses, is like it can go either way, right? Like, it's either like the shittiest experience you've ever had in your life, or it can be the opposite, where you just like meet a bunch of people, just I don't know, just
start drinking,
have a talk.
Yeah,
whatever.
Some people like really hate these long buses. I don't mind them at all. If you can nod off or listen to some music or watch a film, whatever. They are like so much
in Canada,
cheaper.
There was a guy who had like his head cut off because he was riding on like a night bus. That's what I always think about.
I mean, yeah, that you can get your head cut off anywhere though.
I mean,
that's true. See, yeah.
Okay, that's
you always see the good things.
A free ticket, yeah.
So yeah, I think we both got in and had like a snooze, was a bit tired and stuff, and then we were just like, let's just go meet the guys, go out for a meal. So me and Kai went for a romantic meal together. We were just like, let's just go find somewhere that looks okay. So we found somewhere that looked okay. Why don't you tell us about this lovely place?
Yeah. Oh, before we talk about this, like I just quickly wanted to mention like how I think now that like we've been to so many tournaments already, I feel like having some quality time with just like just the two of us, for example, or like in a very small group, I can definitely appreciate that more now than like 10 years ago, where I always wanted to like to meet up with as many people as possible at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, you don't get to talk to everyone anyway. So
it's all about the group picture, right?
Yeah, it's kind of about the group picture, and we didn't even take one. So yeah,
fail.
But
no, I know exactly what you mean, right? I've been to tournaments where we went to like dinner with like 40 people or something, and it's like, I mean, it's cool, but
like, because at the event venue, like, you see all these people anyway. Like, for example, like last year, or was it 2 years ago? I think one of the best nights I had after tournament was like at the Eternal weekend, where I spent like a time only with Roland Chang, who came over from the US, and Anurag. It was just the three of us, and we just had like a very chill, like, just good night, just talking about random stuff, like also like non-magic stuff for a while. And like, you don't get to do this very often with all these people, because the more people there are in a group, the more you're going to talk about like generic, like magic related stuff. And that's
I know what
cool.
you mean. Yeah.
But, after 12 hours of grinding magic, maybe you want to talk about something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I used to be like, first night, get in there, heavy on the beers, then like you feel terrible for the weekend. And I did it every single fucking time. So stupidly.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to Thursday, yeah?
Cool.
So speaking of feeling terrible, so you and I, like, we went to this, to some...
It was like
actually,
a
delicious
Belgian
restaurant.
You guys are like making this really weird. Like, what kind of place did you go to?
So this poor girl is like obviously her first shift or something. Like, she was trying her best to help us out, but like just didn't really know what to do. So she was kind of like fumbling her way through everything, and we kind of understood it. So we were being nice and stuff. And so we got a beer each, and then we ordered some food and stuff. So I ordered, but they took ages for the food, wasn't it? Or they took ages to take the order anyway, like half an hour or something. And then anyway, you got a beef thing that you cook yourself.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of cool. You know, you have like this like hot plate, and then you cook your stuff on the plate.
Yeah, and then clever Callum being in Brussels was like, I'm gonna have some mussels because it's not Brussels, but it's Belgium. So you're like, yeah, mussels in Brussels.
Nice rhyme.
Exactly. And then mussels were really nice. Your food was nice. Then we go and meet up with some of English friends and stuff, like Francis, Jamie, Pete, and stuff. And we also meet Johan there, which was really cool, and Peter van der Ham. So then we have, I don't know, we had like 2 or 3 nice 5 to 10% beers at the restaurant, and then we hit a few more at the bar, and they just creep up on you. So I was actually a bit hungover the next morning. But what was worse than a hangover was I got food poisoning from these mussels, and like just poor Jamie. He's probably listening to this, is going to laugh now, but poor him having to listen to me puke up all night. It was just like good 4 or 5 times throughout the night, just having to retch up and just unload my unload my stomach into the toilet.
Which kind of mix of colors did you get?
It started off with like, orange and brown. And then towards the end, it was just my body.
Dude, seriously, I'm going to cut this out. Like,
anyway. So it was a great start to it. And also, just to make things worse, I recently got a hernia. So that's been hurting and being really unpleasant recently. So this combo of a hernia plus food poisoning was just the perfect way to start this weekend for me.
That's how you win tournaments, right? Do you guys remember Frank Karsten and his bucket?
No.
Okay, anybody listening, like somebody out there is going to remember, like let us know on this Discord. Like Frank Karsten and his bucket is like magic history legend. He was like, I think he went all the way to the top 8 of a Pro Tour, and maybe he even won it. I don't remember. But throughout the entire tournament, he was like as sick as can be, and literally to like when you play on the Pro Tour, you play like 16 rounds or something. He was carrying a bucket for 3 days in a row and throwing up into the bucket like all the time during almost all the matches. He was like terrible, absolute terrible condition, and like he carried around a bucket. And I mean, you wouldn't see that today, like on a stream, but back then, like we only had like podcasts and like written reports. And when you go back and you read these reports, right, back then they were a lot, well, I want to say funnier and harder and like cooler.
Yeah.
And they like,
that's a lot of dedication. Yeah,
they turned the bucket into like a piece of magic history.
Cool.
Anyway, so you didn't have a bucket. That's why you didn't top 8.
All right, here's a bucket for
this is the most disgusting episode we've had in a while.
Sorry,
something.
But luckily, it was just all night, and woke up the next morning. Luckily, the event on Friday, like the Legacy side event, didn't start till 12:30 or something, or 2 even.
Yeah,
sorry,
rather late.
2 actually. So I got to have a lie in and just kind of feel like absolute shit all morning, but made it into the venue and did play the Legacy side event. So yeah, it was like the Friday event, and it sold out 132 players. That's the number that says on my Spice Rack app. It might have been slightly off from that. But as I was going to the venue, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to sign up for the events on the day. Didn't really realize that they were about to cap. So I kind of rocked up and was like, hey guys, I'm here to play Legacy. And they're like, well, have I got news for you? So I got the second last spot of this side event, which was quite lucky. And then I was like, okay, well, what about tomorrow? They were like, best I can do is like 30th on the wait list. So
what?
Yeah.
Like seriously?
Yeah, seriously. So
you wouldn't even like talk to, like, I don't know, Tom to get you in or something?
I don't like that.
Oh, you don't like that? Okay,
no.
yeah, because I guess in that way you're cheating like other people.
I'm not going to take someone else's spot. Yeah, I didn't even consider that, to be honest.
Yeah,
but,
true.
So I was like, you know what, fair enough. If I'm playing Friday Legacy and ELM on Sunday, Saturday all-day Legacy is like quite a lot as well. And I knew that Premodern was on Saturday, and I did bring my deck and I enjoyed that. So I thought, you know what, I'll chill. I bring the Degenerate Microcube as well, so I thought that was the plan. So Friday, I get to sign up the second last thing. And Kai, did you play as well? Did you sign up as well?
Yeah. So
we got a spot as well.
Yeah, I had like a big change. Started like at the beginning of this year. Is that I'm doing my Sabatorix booth, but I'm also playing all main events, and I got rid of the direct challenge, and that's the biggest change. And that's
we're losing so much,
dude. I feel like I think like this was probably like the best thing I've done like in a while.
It's cool though, because people get to play you in a proper event. Like,
yeah,
I think
dude,
that's
exactly.
Fun. That's what they want.
I
and
like,
you get to play as well.
I had 3 days to scrub out, like, in a row.
Does it mean like those I killed Savatarix tokens are gonna be super valuable going forward?
They might be very valuable.
Yeah,
I've got so
heard
many
the
of them.
Louvre like already called. They want to like have an exhibition with that. Like
you should frame them already. Yeah, put them like next to Mona Lisa. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to take this moment to apologize to some of your opponents because I didn't know you were playing properly, and I thought you were still doing your challenge thing.
Yeah. Because like, you kept coming.
I kept coming over
like,
and just shouting and swearing at Kai.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I mean, like, I didn't say anything because I found it kind of funny. So
yeah.
But like my opponents were like actually like focusing on the game, which I thought like was kind of hilarious.
And I'd come over and be like, "Fuck him up, fuck him up."
yeah.
So I'm sorry if
we were about to go into game 3, you know, that sort of stuff. That was
like super
cool.
serious and like have a box over. Like, what is this shit deck? Like, look at this.
You, like, there was one part where you just cast a personal tutor and then put Doomsday on top, and I was like, "Now you need to cut his deck."
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, opponents, if I annoyed you. I thought it was like the direct challenge and stuff. So
yeah, but I have to say though, like this is not only just for me, but like for everyone, and also especially like the tournament organizers. Like they just told me like over and over again like how much better this is because I'm part of the tournament itself, right? I hype up the event. But I still do the Savatarix stuff where people can get my tokens and playmats. We can still chit-chat between rounds. I get to draw a bunch of things, you know, talk to a bunch of people, have a good time. And it was like such a big win-win thing, except that I didn't win a lot.
I guess we'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're going to get to that, in a minute. But
yeah, why don't we just dive straight in and tell us about how your event went? And I'll say
cool.
about mine.
So I'm a big fan of just taking, like, whenever I go to a tournament that goes like, you know, at least 2 days, I am a big fan of taking the same 75 to an event and just grind through with the exact 75 without making any changes between tournaments or days. Just because, I don't know, dude, I just like want to chill out and you know, hope to be very confident in the list and there are days where you go like 0-3 drop with the best deck possible, and then, you know, another days you kind of do the opposite. But this weekend was a big insight because I got the perfect 2-3 drop into 3-3 drop into 0-3 drop experience on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dude. Yeah,
that's worse than I realized. Actually,
it was pretty bad, dude. It was pretty bad.
Do you think like? Is the deck badly positioned? Did you play badly? Did you get unlucky in some stuff?
I think maybe a mix of both. And this is all based on the deck that went like 10-0 in games, right? Like 3 days before I went to Belgium, I had this exact Doomsday list, and I played a perfect 10-0, like 5-0, 10-0 on stream.
That's why you did badly. If you just threw those matches, you would have won every event.
Like, you exhausted your luck, right? Everybody knows that's how it works. That's like how statistics
because like all
work.
of a sudden you're in real life, and then like the Magic Online Premium doesn't work anymore, and you actually top deck garbage, you know. So that was kind of silly.
I wonder like if Magic is ever. But I was gonna say, I wonder if Magic is ever gonna introduce something where you get an advantage if you pay more mana, have more money. But I mean, that's the game from the very beginning, right? It's just like we always have to buy the full amount. Otherwise, you show up with like a casual deck or something.
So to give a quick overview, like most people probably know me as the Doomsday guy, and yes, I was the Doomsday guy. During the weekend, I played a deck list that was very focused on beating non-blue decks. I said it specifically on my last stream. I think this is like a straight blue-black turbo Doomsday deck with 4 personal tutors. 6 cyclers, that's my comfort zone, like 4 Street Race, 2 Edge of Autumns. So you resolve Doomsday and then you immediately cycle into the win kind of thing. Multiple Cabal Rituals for extra speed. The only big...
like 3 Cabal Rituals kind of surprised me. Is that like normal or is that a little bit much?
It's a lot.
I thought 1 was normal.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice because you can then comfortably fetch for a basic island on your first turn. And get like, you know, cast Personal Tutor, for example. They can't waste you, and then second turn you go like Land Cabal Ritual, Doomsday kind of thing, you know. Yeah, I think the only big change I did in the main deck was Flusterstorm. I played 2 copies and only a single discard spells. And from now on, I might cut all discard spells from the main deck. And the reason being, the Flusterstorm is incredible right now. It obviously counters all the Force of Wills, but it also protects your hand from Thoughtseize. It can counter like Court of Calling or Green Sun Zenith out of Nadu. It can also counter Crop Rotation or Kozak's Command. Yeah, like all these spells you don't want to see resolve, right? Dread Return, I don't know. Yeah, those kind of things.
That makes sense
And I
to me.
guess-
Like, this card is just, yeah, they do similar things, I guess. That they're 1-mana interactive spells. It just depends on like what the format's like, and when other combo decks are strong, I guess being reactive is better than being proactive. If control is good, then you might want Thought Seizers more.
It also plays very nicely with the Surveillance, right? Because you can keep your fetch land untapped. If something happens, then you Flusterstorm. If nothing happens, then you end of turn Surveil and get a little bit of value out of this.
And I guess, like, if, for example, like against Forge, where Flusterstorm is rather useless, I guess the whole idea is right. They still have to pass the turn at least one more time, and then you just kill them.
Yeah. And again, like, I already tuned the deck to be good versus non-blue decks, so I didn't really, tune my disruption against Can't Forge yet.
Holy shit, your sideboard, like, the fuck is this? You got the 4th Cable Ritual, you got like an extra Lotus Petal, you got a 2nd basic island. I mean, I can respect the Cavern, but like, did you like grow tired of having proper sideboard cards?
Yeah. The sideboard kind of looks like a... Yeah, how do you call this? It's not even messy.
There's also 1 English Duras and 3 Germans. What the hell?
This is like the lowest low effort sideboard I've ever seen out of you.
Oh my god!
So this kind of sideboard is what you get if you put 75 together and then you split the 75 into 60 plus 15.
Oh, that's the elephanting method.
Yeah, because the sideboard indeed has like Wall Ritual, which you never see in a sideboard. It also has a Lotus Petal, which is probably, I don't even know if I've ever seen a Lotus Petal in any sideboard. But it's both for non-blue matchups where you want to increase speed.
Mm-hmm.
And the second island is insane versus Moonstompy and lands, where they can't Boseiju or Wasteland you anymore.
In your deck where you want to resolve like a triple black spell. Yeah, go on.
Right. That's why we have the Cabal Ritual,
Yeah, 4 Cabal Ritual, 4 Dark Rituals.
Yeah.
That's a lot of skulls.
Yeah, a lot of skulls, yeah.
It does make sense, honestly.
And then like Forced Negation against like Prison and Combo, Dismember versus Cephalid Breakfast and like, Dahlias and nonsense. And then like Duress and Flusterstorm against Combo and Control. But this deck doesn't have a creature sideboard plan. It doesn't have Sheoldred or Barrogoyf. And that's probably the one thing I regret the most after this weekend, because spoiler alert, I beat all non-blue decks, almost all non-blue decks, and I lost to all blue-black decks.
Oh, literally
And
to all blue. Like you played against blue
every
black all
single
the time
one.
and lost?
Every single one, dude. It didn't matter if it was Reanimator or Tempo. I lost to every single blue black. Like, I won a game here and there, but I lost all rounds versus
Dude,
blue
that
black
sucks.
decks. And yeah, I talked to Martin Nielsen a little bit, like, about... Yeah,
But he wants to put Uro in every like Doomsday deck.
Yeah, and that's when I stopped talking to him for a while, and then... But now...
Shout out to Martin, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that also was like many years ago, and it probably was like a good call back then. Like, I feel very, very guilty now because I actually learned quite a lot from him.
Yeah. No, he's a good dude. I fucking love him. Yeah. But it's so if there was a Eternal Weekend tomorrow, I would probably play a Sheoldred in the sideboard and 4 Barrogoyfs. I think the card's just
4 Barrogoyfs. Yo, let's go.
It is so good.
And like, yeah, you cut all the bad person tutors and you replace them with good Barrogoyfs. Is
Like in the main deck?
No, like post sideboard.
Oh, it's for sideboarding. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was like, no, we're talking.
How about some Sylvan tutors to find more Barrogoyfs?
Yeah, and that's why I never talked to you about Doomsday. maybe you've noticed that, but
hey, look, I might win a match or two.
Kind of funny. Like we had all these weird tutors played in Legacy at times, like Enlightened Tutor even. Actually, what is the red one? What's the red
Gamble.
instant?
No.
Oh, okay. So they weren't even all in the same set.
No, Gamble was Saga.
Yeah, it's like
shit.
Gamble was Saga. Isn't there like a cycle in what is it? No, it's not Visions. It's
A Mirage.
Mirage. Yeah. Like I know Enlightened Tutor. We know Mystical Tutor. We
Vampiric.
know Vampiric.
Sylvan.
That's a good question.
Sylvan was Portal, wasn't it? Not.
Yeah, it was printed in Portal as well, but it's also.
Was it in? Okay, yeah. What's the red one? God.
What's the fucking red one? Like, did they actually not do it and then later on do Gamble? But Gamble is like different, right? Actually, it's just everybody's like typing tutor right now. Who's got it?
Mirage tutors.
Actually, no, there is no red
There
one.
is no tutor in Mirage in red.
No, cool.
But they got something like Final Fortune, which is... I mean,
Totally
it's
different
a
card.
totally different card. Yeah, it's an instant, though. Yeah, dude, no idea.
Cool.
Oh, there's also
no red
Sylvan
one.
Tutor. Such a library for a creature. Oh, well, Sylvan Tutor and Worldly Tutor are basically the same.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
It's just one of them is sorcery.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kai, one very important question about your deck list. You've got 3 Flooded Strand, 3 Misty Rainforest, 3 Scalding Tarn. Why is there no Polluted Deltas?
Dude, I was wondering the same.
Dude, no basic swamp, baby.
But shouldn't you have
But your opponent doesn't know that.
Yeah, but my opponents still keep playing Pith Needle on polluted delta.
Is that the reason?
Oh,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
otherwise would be the most likely one.
Did you guys know that like the land deck these days they play 2 Pith Needles?
Honestly,
It's
I would just
Yeah,
like needle
and
and
disruptor
Street Wraith.
flutes.
It's insane, dude. They play like the placid flutes and then two needles, dude. And yeah. There's
Imagine like sitting down, your opponent names like polluted delta, and you're like, okay, let's scoop it up.
I mean, it literally happened on
Yeah,
Saturday,
no, that's
I
fair.
think. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
No,
big fan.
I wasn't sure if like it was because of needle or just because you didn't like polluted delta.
No, I
dude,
was
like-
just like going for optics here. Like I see
no,
these,
delta
like,
is like-
frame fetch lands.
Dude, like Delta is my favorite fetch land, but like
Yeah.
also sometimes you can kind of bluff a different deck, especially if you go like Island and then play like Flooded Strand as your second land, and you Ponder or something, and
Yeah, I would think he's
sometimes
a
tricky, yeah.
control nerd.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely playing Triumph St. Catherine.
Yeah.
Somewhere somebody
Oh,
does
you
that.
can you can Sylvan Tutor for that. That's cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
so like I'm not gonna go like over all my matches, but like
Thank God.
essentially I won like I beat like Cradle Control, Karn Forge, multiple land stacks, Boros Energy. What
I
else?
refuse to accept that Boros Energy is actually an established deck because this is the second time I'm hearing about it. It's like Johan was talking
It's
about it
pretty
yesterday
good,
as well.
I think.
I mean, I bet like I think we also talked about it on the show like a couple episodes ago, and it sounded kind of cool. But is that you say pretty good, like as in like you would expect to face that, or rather not be
It's
surprised
still
to
like
face
a
that?
niche, probably tier 2 deck, but I think it's very respectable.
I mean, it beats the tempo decks, no?
Yeah, it really beats Elvra.
It has like lifelink, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
It's got the thing is like all the threats are 1 mana basically, apart from Ajani and Raptor, and then the Raptor's like a 2-for-1. They have 4 swords, 4 bolts, and some static prisons, so just tons of 1 mana removal. And
Actually, I played against
and
that.
all their threats like Oslet Pride and Guide of Souls are kind of like must answers, but they're all 1 mana. Like, have you ever like there's a Guide of Souls in the stack? And you're like, do I force this shit? Like, what the fuck? So
I love how like we have like a white 1-drop, which is basically Savannah Lions on steroids, and we're like, yeah, it's a must answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what else are you gonna force the will, right?
But I now that you mentioned, I actually played against this deck the other week on Magic Online, and I actually got crushed. You're right.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I lost to like all sorts of blue decks, like even including stuff like Jeskai Wizard, which is like actually a good matchup, I think. But like, yeah, all the blue stuff. Also, I gotta say, like I wasn't too focused. Like I was maybe like I only like 70-80% focused on my games, just because like it was a lot of goodness.
Because there was
that
like a
happened.
guy harassing you all the time. Oh, fuck him, kill him, destroy him.
Yeah.
this idiot.
Yeah, that definitely helped. I want to highlight one round though. It was the 3rd round on Friday where I got crushed by Affinity, like regular Affinity. But there was this one card which I also put in the show notes, and I saw the card for the first time. I thought this card was pretty garbage, but then it killed me both game 2 and game 3. And it's Pineapple Emissary from the new set Edge of Eternities. It's an Izzet, like blue and red, and a colorless. It's a robot 3/3 and has warp for a hybrid mana, blue or red.
You know where
And-
it's also from? It's
again-
like from one of the most recent Everyday Eternal episodes where Callum talked about it.
Oh shit, did we talk about this card?
Yeah, even I remember
fuck,
that.
Did we talk about this card?
Pretty sure I like said this. this
shit,
could be.
dude.
I think
Yeah.
you know what? I can't remember. I don't want to say I definitely did because I can't remember actually now.
Maybe,
Oh,
maybe
dude,
it was
okay.
even Kai who brought it up.
Yeah, I was probably asleep. Yeah, we talked about this. But like, so anyway, so this guy says it's an artifact creature robot. It says whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature token with flying, and this token can block only creatures with flying. So I had double Force of Will in hand, right, and double pitch, like Ponder, Brainstorm, whatever. And my opponent plays they play like Seed of the Synod, and then they warp this Pinnacle Emissary, and like I had to read this card like multiple times. I had like 5 cards in hand still, and I was like, dude, like how bad can this possibly be, right? And then I tell them like, yeah, okay, so show me what you got. And then they go like, okay, Ambitious Bauble, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, blah 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 blah. Empty their entire hand except the last card. They make a bunch of 1/1s, and then on the next turn they tap all these 1/1s to cast what's it called?
Cannoneer.
Yeah, right, Blastoise. Yeah, Kappa Cannoneer. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, but even that, like that's something you should beat with Doomsday, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, but my deck didn't cooperate. I had like the
because you had
slowest
like 2 forces and 2 pitch and like nothing else.
And then like the Saga tokens, like the Saga tokens became like 10/10s and 11/11s.
Yeah.
And so
it really makes the deck tick. Like it makes all the things big, as you say, like Kappa Cannoneer, you can play it faster. But like the problem with these artifact decks before was the thought casts and the thought monitors could be really clunky, but this just really powers them out. So it's really impressive how good it is.
I played against it and it almost feels like they're going off with like the thought monitors and everything. Like they get all the tokens out and then they like play 2 mana, draw 2 cards, like sometimes hit another thing, draw another 2 cards, and all of a sudden, like on the first turn, they have like, I don't know, 7 power in play.
Yeah,
absolutely. So like my opponent didn't even have any disruption. Like they didn't have a counter, no prison piece, nothing. But I just lost to their fast clock. I lost with Doomsday in hand, double force plus pitch, with a full 7 grip. Pinnacle Emissary, buy it now.
Yeah. Just to set the record straight, I went and checked our show notes for previewing the new set, and I didn't put it in there, so I did miss it.
You didn't put it in there, probably, but when I played against it, I remember that you talked about the warp mechanic.
Okay, maybe
That's
the next
probably
episode.
the card you brought up for the warp mechanic.
Yeah, I lost to this guy, I think on the Friday as well. I lost to 8cast, one of the Spanish guys. Because he made a bunch of little Thopters, and then like in game 3, I got a Karn down really early, and he had Multi 5 as well, so I got a Karn down, killed a Mox Opal. He then couldn't make a construct with a Saga because another land was the Synod, and I was like, this is GG's, easy game, easy life. And then he like floats a mana, gets another Bauble or whatever, and plays a Kappa Cannoneer. And that killed the Karn.
Easy game, easy life.
yeah. It's just because he had like 2 Thopters lying around, I think, or something like that. But these guys, it's so good because casting it for a 3 mana 3/3 after you've done the whole warp thing early, it's just good. So even if you just go turn 1, warp it into make 1 guy, it's obviously not the best, but it's still fine because it's another artifact that gets down, and 1 artifact being in play can be the difference between casting these thought casts and then just kind of going off as well. So yeah, it's a really impressive card.
Yeah, so that was like basically my run. How did your Friday go?
Mine was cool. I really was suffering from being hungover, being sick all night, and having a hernia. I was just like not really feeling it, to be honest. I played pretty close to what I played in ELM, so I'll do a quick rundown. We can talk about it more there. The notable things are I've only got 1. It looks really silly, but 1 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This is probably wrong. I just feel like Fable has been feeling way too slow for me in the format recently. Which
is kind of interesting, right? Because you play a lot more fast mana, which usually like makes Fable like also better.
Yeah, I just like against Forge. I've added Khans for Forge mostly, so like that's something else to ramp out. Just playing Fable is fine in the matchup, but it's not exciting against something like Nadu and Breakfast. You can't really tap out. I used to side them out against Nadu Breakfast, and then against Reanimator, it's just a bit slow. It's also fine. Against Delver, it's good. Delver's okay and stuff, but like it just didn't feel like the right format. There wasn't enough like kind of mid-range or control really. I'm really unsure about this choice. There are some deck building decisions which definitely bit me here. So for example, I played a Chaos Defiler, which I drew it a lot, but that's getting a bit lucky. I felt like I drew it a lot more than I should, but with only 1 Fable in the deck, and then the only other kind of like discard outlet being a Phyrexian Dragon Engine, when it enters you discard it. That was not enough discard outlets for when I did draw it. So I should have had, I don't know, like there's a new card called Melded Moxite, which is like ETB, discard 1, draw 2 for an artifact. Like I should have thought about something like that. Or I think really I shouldn't have played the Chaos Defiler because, I didn't have enough discard outlets for it, or I didn't have enough black sources because I just played 2 Lotus Petals. Other things are with, like I had 2 Lotus Petals and 7 Soul Lands and 3 Seaman Spirit Guides. So I just went like to 3 Grindstones because I thought like, in the Forge matchup, you do want to kind of like threaten some turn 2 combos, or if you can like blast a Karn and then combo them quickly. So I thought 3rd Grindstone kind of makes sense, and I can just side it out in the fair matchups where I was expecting more unfair matchups, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've been feeling the same. I'm gonna play a Painter in a tournament on the weekend here in Munich, and I also very much feel the 3rd Grindstone. Yeah, no, the 3rd Grindstone was good. Other things were back to the Goblins. I've had a little stint not playing Welders and Engineers, and they were good. I'm still unsure where I sit on them. I think they're good enough to play, but I'm still not sure. I also loaded up on Graveyard Hate, so I had 2 Soul Guide Lanterns and a Ghost Vacuum in the main deck.
Ooh.
It was 3 Soul Guide Lanterns at first, but I changed the 1 Ghost Vacuum kind of on the Thursday evening, And that was a really good decision. The Ghost Vacuum was really good all weekend. What is a really fun play? Like this happens with Agatha's Soul Cauldron as well, but quite a few times I Ghost Vacuumed like a painter in my graveyard and then Khan -2 to get it. So you can do that.
Ooh,
which is
that's
nice.
sick, yeah.
It's so much better than like wishing for Torment Script and Torment Scripting yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. So that was cool.
Did you get to do the 6-mana ability of Ghost Vacuum?
No, that never came up actually. But I also only played versus Reanimator once over the whole weekend, I think. So
that's how it works.
You know
right?
what? Yeah, you prepare
win?
for the top deck, and I did win. Well, interestingly, actually, I'll get into it when we talk about ELM, but it was a very interesting. We drew, but the opponent conceded very nicely. Otherwise, it's fairly standard. I had a chainsaw in the sideboard, which is cool. I always like to have like a removal spell that I can get with Khan. So it's either like a chainsaw or a Legion Extruder, but chainsaw kills Dragon Rage Channel, and I really rate Blue Red Delver actually as a deck, and it did win this Friday event. So
it's also called Chainsaw.
Yeah, Chainsaw.
Also, like the way the card works is also just like so cool, right? You can really like feel like when it revs up, like, oh yeah, I killed like 5 creatures, 6 creatures, 7 creatures. It goes faster and faster and faster.
I did it like a bunch of times. Like I killed a Null Rod because you can't minus to get the chainsaw, and the next turn you can't plus on the Null Rod to kill it. Like it's a way to kill Null Rod as well.
Oh yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
Like, how was the card named Chainsaw not taken before?
Dude, we talked about this right with Frenzied Baloth. I wonder like whether other card names are out there.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Other things while we're talking about the deck quickly is I changed list from Friday to ELM on Sunday. So on the Friday, I played 4 Leyland in the Void and stuff, and then I just was looking around the room and was like, there's like 1, maybe 2 people on Oops. I just don't need these. I don't bring them in against Reanimator. I don't really expect kind of any other graveyard decks. So for Sunday, I cut them. I bring 2 Abrades into the sideboard. I know, Julian, you're a big hater of Abrade, and I kind of get
Dude,
why.
you got 2 copies of those.
But I really, really do rate Blue Red Delver, and Corey Steelcutter is an insane card. And if you're going to try and play this fair game against Delver, you have to be able to kill Corey Steelcutter. Otherwise, you can't beat it, really. Cause,
yeah, that card is insane, honestly.
Yeah. So Abrade kills Corey. It also kills Grim Monoliths and stuff and whatever from the Forge deck. And it kills Dragon Rage Channeler. So I really liked those 2. And
what about that cool card, dude? I keep forgetting about it. Like the one
Untimely
that...
Malfunction.
Exactly.
I mean, I keep seeing screenshots of people posting crazy things, and it does do crazy things. Like I keep seeing people redirecting like Balustrade Spies and Dread Returns and Reanimates to their painter, and just throwing a Thoughtseize or a Force of Will or a Wasteland back at people is pretty good as well. So I just rate being able to kill Dragon Rage Channeler so highly. I don't know. That's
another. There's another 2-mana card that I saw yesterday and I don't remember. But it also kills an artifact and has 2 other modes that do something. And I almost wanted to play it.
Does it have split second?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know what else it does.
It gives a creature +3/+2 and trample, and it kills an artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool, but I mean, it's not good enough for a sideboard slot.
I mean, split second is powerful though.
Yeah.
Split second like breaks people's brains. That's the beauty of it.
Because a couple of other things, I put 2 Unlicensed Hearse in the sideboard over the ley lines, and this was maybe my MVP of the whole weekend, especially in ELM. Like one of them single-handedly won a whole game on its own against blue-black tempo. Like they had Nethergoyfs and Barrogoyfs, and it just kept them tiny. And then I eventually won the game by making it a 18-18 and just attacking for lethal in 1 turn.
Oh wow, that's
usually where they like what's it called? Raise and borrow it.
Yeah, no, it could happen, but you do have all these very good stuff.
Yeah,
so sure. I played against like Reanimator with it and a bunch of other things. So Unlicensed Hearse, real MVP. I really recommend trying 2 of them if you're playing these kind of decks, Painter and stuff.
What about Karn? Because you don't really see eye to eye on Karn, right? There are a couple of cards where you're like very different.
Yeah, Karn's good. Like, so what I realized is I obviously played him for Forge, and there was tons of Forge last weekend, a lot on Friday, and I played 3 out of 6 matches against Forge on
That's
Friday.
Crazy.
And then I played it once in ELM, or maybe, I can't remember actually, but there was lots of it, and so it was good to play. He is really good in the matchup. But what I realized very quickly in the first match, and actually playing it online before going, is he doesn't like auto win at all, not even close. Their lands make so much mana, it's just like a stopgap. So you need Karn, and then I quickly would grab Coating and try and go after it, but then their own Karn shots off Coating. So maybe you do want like I'm a big hater of lattice in Karn decks because like going from 4 mana into 6 in Painter is pretty hard. But the coating often didn't work against these decks because like you hit one land and they're still making 10 mana. Like their mana base is insanely powerful. So I don't know. Karn was really good though. It stopped rings going off. It stopped them having 20 mana on turn 4 or 5 and stuff. Like it is good at the moment, I think. And I actually rate it versus a lot of the blue-black decks. I only side it out against Delver really. Because they have bolt and stuff, so it's easier to kill it, and lots more creatures. But against blue-black tempo and stuff, I want to be able to grab these like Atorma's Crypt to shrink Goyfs and stuff, and a bridge, and some things that you exile. So with the Hearse, I was also exiling my own things as well and grabbing them with Karn and stuff quite a lot. So I think
kind of like build your own demonic tutor.
Yeah, totally. Like I went and got bridge with Engineer early so that I could Ghost Vacuum it away and then grab it with a Karn and stuff. Like, it happens. So I think Karn's good at the moment. I would continue playing them, but it's not like a Windmill Slam, you beat Forge just because you're playing Karn. It's like you play Karn and then you have a game against that deck.
You know what I'm wondering? Because I was building Painter literally the other night after our recording yesterday, and I was looking at my Furies in the sideboard and I was like, where do I actually want these? And like right now I still have like 3 copies of them in the sideboard. And I'm actually not, because I don't bring them in against Suffolk Breakfast, right?
No.
So I don't know where I actually do want them.
Delver, like Cradle decks. Yeah.
But not blue-black Delver.
No. I would not Reanimator, but like blue-black Tempo, yes.
Or blue-black Tempo, you would bring them in. Yeah. I guess it also can kill out like
hits like
Tamiyo's,
Bowmasters. Tamiyo's not a great thing to hit, but like the Bowmasters are always lingering around. It takes count loyalty or kills off Kaito. Kaito can be quite hard if you don't have a blast for it. You, because of the 2 unlicensed hearses and like the soul guides and Ghost Vacuum, you're shrinking Goyfs quite a lot. So what I did once was like played a Fury, did 3 damage to Tamiyo and 1 damage to another Goyf, and then with 1 damage on the nether Goyf, you can crack a Soul Day Lantern. So they can't like crack a fetch in response. So
that's cool. That's really cool, dude. That's next level. Loving that.
Yeah.
But that kind of sequencing, like you have to be aware of that, right? People, when I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, that's so obvious. But I want to say, like, a lot of times people miss stuff like that.
Probably,
right?
yeah. I mean, the board state was they had like a wasteland and a fetch land up. So if I like exiled the graveyard, then Furied afterwards. But no, you need to get the damage on the creature and then exile the graveyard, and there's no window to respond to grow.
Yeah.
So,
and when I say people miss that, I don't mean that they don't see the fetch land on the table, but rather the people go, oh, there's no way I can kill the creature pass.
Yeah.
Actually, there is. That's cool.
Happens a lot against like Knight of the Rickery and Whites as well now these days, other creatures, and the Goyfs,
Yeah.
So, Fury's not great there, but like I went in kind of respecting the Blue-Red Delver matchup as well. My plan is bringing in like 3 Fury, 2 Unlicensed Hearse, 2 Abrade, and the Chainsaw. And take out
that's so much removal.
and take out Karns and 1 Soul Guy Lantern. And
you know what Blue-Black Delver needs? Blue-Red Delver needs? They need to sideboard into like, I don't know, a show and tell deck or something.
And then you can blast their show and tells,
Perfect.
Yeah. But hey, my event, I went 3-3, and then I dropped from playing the last round because I was just feeling really rough. I can't actually remember that many of the matches. I apart from playing versus Forge a few times, I had some really actually incredibly fun and interesting games against Forge. Like I took a picture of a board state against I've forgotten the chap's name now, and we had like multiple disruptor flutes and pivot needles on both sides, so everything was shut down, and we both had a Karn, so all of our fun stuff was shut down. But I eventually got to Arena of Glory, a Seeming Spirit Guide, to attack his Karn and kill it under a bridge. And eventually found like a Painter with like 5 blasts in hand and got to combo and stuff.
You just called the guy a chap. Like, what's the difference between a chap and a lad?
Lad
is like younger, right?
Younger, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Chap is always in a good way. It's a good thing.
Grown lad.
Grown lad, yeah. So 3-3, I definitely probably could have played better in some spots, and I had some really interesting fun games. And that was carrying me through the day because I was feeling pretty bad. But the everyone being pleasant, every opponent being nice, and just really fun, interesting games, which surprised me from playing against Forge 3 times, honestly, but it was really cool. So I left actually feeling pretty good at the end of the day, even though not playing the last round. I thought, you know what? I've got a chill Saturday ahead of me because I can't play the main event. So yeah, I was feeling pretty good. Just a fun day.
So you actually enjoyed playing the deck?
Yeah, I did.
That gives me a lot of hope because, I've been playing a lot of elves lately and I've also been enjoying it. But like in paper, I talked about this yesterday. Like I want to play a deck that's primarily cards I own, like not 60 or 75 proxy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the deck this weekend, and I'm probably going to play a similar list. Obviously, I'm going to cut the horrible cards.
Yeah, sure. You can cut cons.
Yeah.
Actually, for Friday, I had one main deck Null Rod as well, out of respect for Forge.
You played main deck Nylrod in Painter.
Dude, you got balls.
Because,
I want to see you go
have,
like Lotus Petal Land Nylrod. Gotcha.
yeah. Well, because of the goblins, you can sacrifice it yourself, so it's
Yeah.
but
I would be lying if I said I had never thought about the card in Painter.
But because I realized that Khan, I actually never got into play against Forge on the Friday, but Khan was not as good as I expected. I quickly realized I was like, nah, this is just silly. Like, just you don't need to play it because their lands are too good. So I cut it for ELM, which was, I think, the right choice.
Okay. Also, I guess like the Karn in your deck is like kind of different to like a Karn in a deck full of like Usus Towers and like lands that have for multiple mana.
Yeah, Khan is more of, it's a Null Rod first in this deck, and then like Toolbox second. It's not really a win con as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
It can. Like I had a couple of games where I won by just coating all their lands, but it's rare. It's more of a toolboxy card.
I mean, it has like a couple of nice side effects too, right? Like it shuts down like Tamiyo clues, for example, for a little bit, and Tamiyo actually doesn't kill Karn, and it gets awkward sometimes.
You know what I sometimes want in Painter? Like very rarely, it's just like a minor thing. You know, when we have like empty boards and you already know that this is not the kind of matchup where you get to randomly like kill your opponent with like grindstone hits over and over like you do against control sometimes. Like usually you activate it on yourself to make like future welders and engineers better, also to hit Phyrexian Dragon Engine. I sometimes wish there were like one or two more cards that actually do something if you grindstone yourself and you randomly hit them. Just, that's because that situation does come up every now and then, and I sometimes wish if there was just like something.
I think a good one is Mishra's Research Desk.
Oh, I need to look into that one again. Isn't that like a 1-mana thing?
It's a 1-mana artifact, so you can grab it off Saga, and then it's like you exile the top 2 cards of your library, and you choose one, and you can play it this turn. But it has Unearth for 1 and a red. So
okay.
That's kind of flashback,
yeah.
So basically, you mill yourself for +1 card advantage if you hit it.
Yeah.
Or a little bit of mana. Okay.
Yeah. It's a cool card. Yeah. I'm not sure about playing anything like that with like so many Khans from the Forge decks. That was another reason. So I played 2 Fury on the Friday, and I added a 3rd Fury to the sideboard because I do bring them against Forge as well.
Yeah. Also, like it's one of the few ways that you can actually get around Marcus and Lattice if the card is small enough.
No, because everything's colorless. You can't pitch.
Oh, because Fury. You can't pitch. Oh, dude, that's a classic mistake. Because I had that come up with Force of Vigor, right? Because they had it out, and I was like, oh, great, now I can Force of Vigor. Like I can pitch. No, it didn't work on so many levels.
No, you know what's quite funny is I actually lost to Khan and Lattice against Moonstompy in the last round, I remember now, on the Friday. And my opponent pitched Cast of Fury with that in play. And I just was so out of it. I wasn't paying attention. And then I was like, okay, fine. It killed an engineer. It didn't do anything. And I was okay, because he had a 5/5 Lalia. So the engineer wasn't attacking the Khan. And I was like, right, I need to draw my own Fury so I can kill his Khan. And then I've got a Khan and there's a Lattice and I win. And of course, it doesn't work. So I told the story straight after the game to one of my friends, and he was like, Callum, like, none of that worked. Your opponent couldn't cast it. It wasn't an out for you. You're an idiot. I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
This reminds me so much of my friend shout outs to Christian R. Like, I'm not going to say the forward name. I remember, like, it's GP Lyon 2015. He was playing some kind of Maverick deck, and he was up against Painter, and of course, Painter named Blue. And he comes over to me, and he's like, what is the best card in my entire deck against Painter? And like I ironically say, Sword of Fire and Ice. And he was like, yeah, I totally crushed that guy because protection from everything. Yeah, it's like,
no, buddy.
Including from the sword. The worst part is like you can't even legally equip it, and then it immediately falls off again.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. Ouch.
But yeah, those are the small like Painter things, right?
Yeah. No, it's one of those things where like it's an interaction that you know, and then you just kind of like zoom out of. It's why like Force of Vigor can't kill Lassus as well.
Yeah, I even ran through that yesterday.
Yeah.
I even made a note, dude. I was thinking about writing an article about elves. I literally started a Google Doc file, and I put that in there, and now I still got it wrong on the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah,
but
I don't play a lot.
The only other thing I'd change going forward is Disruptive Flute is so good. I had 2 in the sideboard. I should have played 3, and like I honestly want to play 2 main deck. I think it's just so good.
It's crazy. Like I just didn't realize I have a pattern. I just like hate 2 mana spells. Like 2 mana spells are like weakness personified to me.
But this is 1 mana because you can cast it off Soul Lands.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Does that help?
Yeah.
A braid is super
Little bit.
awkward because you go like Mountain H and Tomb, you're like, I'm
Yeah, that's not
wasting
the
mana.
same. That's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the only reason I have 4 copies of Disruptor Flute. Well, I guess I also have 4 copies of Braid,
Okay.
but nobody is supposed to know that.
I would recommend trying 2 main deck for your event. See how it goes. I think it's
Okay.
good.
Definitely. Yeah. I even put in the show notes, like, top 3 cards from the weekend. And like, if there's a top 3, Disruptor Flute's going to be in one of them.
I
played
just
against-
looked at the show notes like half
Dude,
an hour.
I played against so many Disruptor Flutes too. Like all like Painter decks, Lands decks, like, and Boros Energy, I don't know, Khan Forge. Affinity, I got crushed before they even attempt to cast it. But even like Blue-Black Tempo occasionally played like Disruptor Flute here and there. And the card's just so versatile and annoying at the same time. And like, I think what makes this card like really interesting is that it has Flash. Like, if it didn't have Flash, then I think it'd be like barely playable.
Yeah.
But like, it's so because like it really fucks up my Doomsday math, because I bring in Force of Negation versus those decks, but then like it has Flash, and sometimes they play Disruptor Flute in response to me cracking my pile, for example, and just it gets like really messed up.
I've won so many games online against Doomsday by playing Disruptor Flute after Doomsday and naming Oracle, and they just
Dude. Like,
have the mana.
I'm almost about to add Spell Pierce to my deck. It's ridiculous, dude.
over the
I want you to
Froststorm.
do that old school Doomsday thing where you just like you mill the Oracle and you reanimate it.
Yeah. That
Oh
could
yeah,
work.
I guess you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, Jace kind of does the same too, right? But like, Jace
True.
has like a built-in Disruptive Flute because it costs 4 mana.
Built-in Disruptor Food sounds
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
lot better than it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is amazing though, because you could, if you find it pre-Doomsday, just naming Doomsday is pretty good. It's probably not as good as naming Oracle afterwards, but you've been hit by Flute so many times now. It's pretty on your radar, right? And it should be on
Definitely,
full
definitely.
Doomsday players.
And it's like, yeah, so whenever you're like my non-blue opponent, it keeps up a little bit of mana, then, it's kind of obvious now.
Like he's sitting there, he's literally playing a flute in front of you. It's like, what could it be?
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I would have done in the past.
Yeah. But it's especially annoying if it's against
And
an
of course,
opponent.
like, Chainsaw is the same idea. Anyway.
Yeah.
Chainsaw should have Flash. That's
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Chainsaw from the top rope.
Yeah. But there we go. That was my Friday. Had great fun, but way more fun than I expected when I was feeling like awful in the morning. So
Like we only got to Friday by now, but this is gonna be like a 3-hour episode.
no, we're
Oopsies.
gonna shoot past the rest.
Yeah.
Kai, how was your Friday night?
Oh man, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this like very short. But I had an incredible Friday night because I stayed at the venue for until the very end, kind of, because I didn't stay at a hotel in the city center, but like for the vendors, the artists, and like a lot of the staff members, I think a couple of the judges too. Because the whole tournament was held in a school, there was like the side building with like a lot of rooms with like private beds and all of that sort of stuff. And that's where we stayed, right? So I just stayed at the location for as long as possible, got a couple of drinks, and then I just went straight to bed, which was cool.
Like you slept at the venue?
I did, like, in the building next to the venue.
Okay, that's
which
cool.
is only like 2 minutes, right? It's literally the next building. Which is kind of cool because like I also had 2 or 3 like power naps in between the tournament, actually, like for 10 minutes.
Lucky.
I just went back to the room, just slept for 10 minutes, and then came back, and no one noticed. But anyway, so like on Friday night, it was so fucked up because like I it must have been like close to midnight, and I'm very good friends with the guys from Mana Temple, like the guys from Luxembourg who just opened a store, and they were one of the 2 vendors at the event who sold a lot of magic cards and stuff and booster packs and I think all the prize cards too. And we just hung around outside of the hall. It was pretty chill outside, like, like a nice like breeze and all of that. We had a couple of drinks, and we also started tripping because like one of the guys had like this like chocolate with like magic mushrooms in it. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but like yeah, so we had a couple of those. I had lots of stuff to smoke, and we had a couple of drinks, and like we just had a very good time, right? And then like, and all of a sudden, like one of the judges came over after their shift, and he was completely sober, I think. And like, and then he talked to us about like his whatever his like legacy sliver deck from like 10 years ago, and like, and none of us, like, it was like 4 or 5 of us, like none of us were like capable of actually listening to this guy's story, except this one guy in our group who was semi-sober, but he was the only dude who didn't know anything about Magic because he was the Yu-Gi-Oh guy. He was like the Yu-Gi-Oh guy from Mana Temple who didn't know anything about Magic. And then like the judge kept explaining his whatever sliver deck and how he had like secret text and blah blah blah.
Sliver Queen is badass.
Yeah, and then this dude, like this Yu-Gi-Oh guy, like after a couple of seconds, he just kind of, he just kept the role, right? Like he just kept like nodding and it's like, oh yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. And and it got to a point, and the judge didn't notice, and it got to a point where the judge actually showed his deck list to the Yu-Gi-Oh dude, and then and asked for like deck building advice and stuff, and like we were sitting next to them, and we were tripping like crazy, right? And we did, I've never laughed this hard in my life. Like I almost died, honestly. And then like this Yugi guy went like, and he only knows a couple of these like cards you put on in the showcase, right? Like the ones that are expensive and you sell a lot during events. So he randomly said things like, yeah, maybe you should play a couple of Thoughtseize in your sideboard, or like some I don't know what else, like some Misty Rainforest.
How about some Sapphires?
Yeah. He just came up with like these ridiculous card names at random. And the judge actually went like, oh yeah, this actually, yeah, maybe.
Maybe I can make it work. Let me work on the mana and everything. Perfect.
Yeah. It was so hilarious.
That guy should like start a Patreon and just like give you the best advice what to do with your deck.
Yeah. And but like whatever. It's like a whatever story. But like we kept tripping until like Saturday morning, until like 5 or 6. Like it was already bright outside, right? And then the last thing I remember is that I was playing at the main event on Saturday, the 229 player event, and I still had visuals in my first round. Like I looked at my playmat and my playmat was still moving, and I was like, oh wow.
Honestly, like given the kind of playmat you play on, I can actually imagine that. Because your playmat that you used at that event is also pretty trippy.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, but it was kind of hilarious because like I rarely trip during Magic events. But yeah.
Rarely. Okay. Yeah. Just rarely. Every now and then.
But yeah, that's a little bit of a side story from Friday. So that was an incredible night.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just went to sleep. I was the old man.
I mean, you look way better on Saturday, I have to say, though.
Yeah, good. I was feeling so bad Friday. So
yeah,
a solid 45% there.
Do you want to talk about Saturday?
Yeah, let's go. So Saturday was the Legacy main event, right? So this was sold out at 229 players, I believe. I looked up how many players were on the event. So yours truly didn't get a ticket, but you know what? As the day progressed, I was really happy too. So very quickly, we'll talk about Premodern afterwards, but I signed up for the Premodern early, and then I was just hanging around, watching people play, chatting with people, catching up, just having a coffee and stuff, and playing. I bring the Degenerate Microcube, so we've talked about a couple of times before. That got played so much on the weekend, so shout out to the Degenerate Microcube. So yeah, I had a nice day. I'll talk about Premodern afterwards, but how was your main event?
Well, it was a classic 3/3 drop. So yeah, I think the only thing worth noting is that I won my first round against a colorless Painter deck, which was really interesting. It was like a Conforge deck with
I've
Painter.
seen that. It's cool. It wasn't a guy called Alex, was it? English guy?
Maybe, yeah.
You remember Kai to remember? You expect Kai to remember that?
I don't know. Maybe.
He was tripping, like you could tell.
Yeah. That was around when I still had visuals. Yeah.
Like fish gills and everything.
Yeah.
I know that my friend Alex played it, so
okay.
Maybe there's
it was interesting. I didn't expect like a Painter and Grindstone out of that shell.
But usually that's the kind of deck like where you play Painter Go and they go like, oh, minus Car and Grindstone kill you. Like the fuck.
The cool thing is because the new Tezzeret can go and get the Grindstone, which is quite nice. So it also with Grim Monolith he untaps it, so it's got a lot of fast mana to play the combo quickly.
Yeah.
The downside is the Forge decks love playing Glaring Fleshraker, but it's a big nombo with Painter because Painter makes everything in color. So Painter shuts off Glaring Fleshraker. Painter also shuts off most of Mystic Forge because they're not colorless cards.
Oh, interesting.
So like you either play Fleshraker and Mystic Forge, or you play this Painter Grindstone combo. So
when I have Painter out, my opponent has Mystic Forge. They can't play stuff from the top because it's not colorless.
Yes,
exactly.
How did I never run into that? Or maybe my opponents did it anyway.
Yeah, George.
Pretty sure it says like they can play artifacts and colorless cards. So yeah, it's artifacts and colorless cards. So they can still cast artifacts, but they can't cast.
Okay. For a
they
second,
can't cast
you have
Khans, Ugins, Kozilek's Commands, Glaring Fleshrakers and stuff.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I started out 1-0, and then I got smashed by True Futurism, Lucas, came over. Yeah, on fucking mono green cloud pose. And I was already rubbing my hands, because I was on Doomsday. I was like, dude, I can eat this for breakfast, right?
Why can't anyone beat this guy? Seriously.
Yeah.
Didn't both of you guys play against him on the weekend?
Apparently so.
Yeah, and he smashed me. I mean, it also included a mulligan to 5 on my side, and then those things, but oh man, what's it called? The Karn something?
Karn Silex.
Silex, yeah, that beat me.
So you can't force or cycle Street Wraith?
Exactly, and can't fetch.
Or fetch, yeah.
So, none of my things work anymore, and then he had all the time to, do Karn lattice and these things. Yeah, so it didn't feel great. I mean, he obviously also knew about the matchup, and he took good mulligans and stuff. So, yeah, props to him. But again, it kind of, whenever you play, Doomsday versus a Cloud Post deck and you lose, it just feels so bad.
They have a lot of interaction there, right? They have Endurance, Disruptive Flutes, and Karn Silex.
Yeah, dude, it's not the Tony Murata
no, it's not Primeval Titans
prime time pile anymore. Yeah,
and he plays Elvish Spirit Guides as well, and
yeah,
he even had an Ancient Tomb this weekend to play flutes faster and stuff. So
dude,
yeah, I don't think it's as good as you think. Yeah.
Also, one of the most obnoxious places, the crop rod into Ancient Tomb into Disruptive Flute.
Dude,
that shit's nasty. Yeah, it happened to me.
Yeah,
that shit's absolute nasty.
You're never safe, right? That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I like it.
And especially because I brainstormed away my days because I thought it doesn't have any value, and then they crop rod into
oh no.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
I also had a feature match in round 4. You can go ahead and watch it on
don't say twitch.tv.
It's the YouTube channel from Bazaar of Boxes. I think we had it linked on the show notes.
I'm going to put it in the show notes. Twitch.tv/Bazaar of Boxes.
So
sweet.
Everything from the main event is on the YouTube. The ELM is not yet, but that is on the Twitch thing, and it probably is going to come to the YouTube or something.
Yeah. So if you wanna watch me getting crushed by Bluebrick Reanimate, then definitely go ahead on round 4.
Best 2 minutes of your life.
And this is probably so. I want to say I had a lot of good games, but this feature match was probably it just broke my heart. Because especially the first game, because I kept a decent 7 with relatively fast Doomsday, and I had Force plus Pitch, and I had Daze, and my opponent mulled to 4 cards.
And you still lost?
And they still won, dude.
Holy shit. That would actually crush me.
Yeah. And it crushed me so bad that in my second game, you can't really see it on the camera because it's from above, but I was kind of dead already. I felt very dead. And also I took a mulligan down to 6, I think, and they kept 7. I was like, okay, so this game is over. You know what I mean? It just felt yeah.
You gave up, you were weak.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was kind of the only actual feel bad moment.
Wait. Like in the first game, they mulligan to 4 and beat you, and then the second game you mulligan to 6, and you're like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't star in a Disney movie, I can tell you.
Yeah.
An anti Disney movie. It's just kids, it's hopeless, give up. Just do whatever you want, but don't try.
I mean, I kept playing, right? We had an actual game, but I don't know. I in my head, I was still at the first game, and how ridiculous everything went, because I after watching it, I also don't know if I made any I didn't make any major obvious mistakes, right? I used my Force of Will and my Daze to prevent them to do the Atraxa thing. And my Doomsday also resolved, but then they top deck a Daze for my Thassa's Oracle on the last turn kind of thing, and I was it's also a bit on me because I didn't put Cavern Souls in the main deck because I was greedy. So maybe the short story is I was just greedy. Yeah, but
I've been telling you forever to put Cavern of Souls in the main deck so you can get an additional sideboard slot.
Oh, thank you, Julian.
Yeah, see, I'm the Doomsday Master. Nobody knows that. It's so easy. Dude, I'm almost as good as the Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
You should start a Patreon, dude.
Yeah, gotta give you all the best advice about Denizen of the Deep or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I already forgot about it. Our Demon of the Week. Long may he reign.
Yeah. So it was a crispy 3/3 drop for me on Saturday. Yeah. So how was Premodern?
Premodern's great.
Or do we want to still keep talking about the top 8 or the brainstorm thing, Julian? I don't know.
Oh, well, the brainstorm thing, that there's really, like, I don't even want to talk. I think that actually happened on the Sunday. I don't remember. I just want to say, like, chat needs to chill out, seriously, because there was one instance that almost, like, followed up with, I want to say, like, a 30 at least minute chat call. I don't even want to get into the details of it because whatever. But, like, people in chat really need to chill out. I don't know, like, there are guys out there who, when somebody makes a mistake on stream, they're like super bloodthirsty. Like, it was so fucking disgusting. Like, reading chat, like, not everybody was like that, of course. Like, yeah, that cheater, he should be banned for life. Like, blah 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 blah. Like, guys, seriously, like, and I mean, that's playing like hobby psychologist or something. Like, those guys are really trying to compensate for something by all of a sudden being this like super tough on crime, strong guy on Twitch chat, and like trying to fuck somebody up who
you
like,
see it a lot as well.
Yeah, but where's the bloodthirstiness coming from, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm bloodthirsty when I actually feel like somebody cheated, like when I really, really feel that. But like, how do you tell that in that situation? Like, you can't even see like all of the players, like you can't talk to them. You're just there in Twitch chat and you're just like being so smug about it. Like, really think twice how much it fucks somebody up if you like try to brand them a cheater. Because like, not only Magic, right? Usually when we talk about the rule of law and everything, like a core principle is that it's much worse if like an innocent person gets condemned than if like a guilty person walks free. And I think it's just like, if I mean,
yeah, it's a good way of saying it.
Yeah. So I don't know, like, just chill out, people. Seriously.
Yeah, I just want to add like a little bit to this if people have watched it and know what's going on. So what happened? I won't go into all the details because it's out there on Twitter and stuff. But the judges did have a big, long 30-minute interview with the player, and I wrote this in our show notes like later in the episode, but I'm going to just say it now. The judge team at this event was the best judge team I've ever seen, hands down. I think the name of the head judge was called Simon. I only had like a very, very quick interaction with him once when my opponent like drew an extra card by mistake and stuff. But I saw him take tons of judge calls, and the way he did every single judge call was so pleasant and so professional and so knowledgeable and professional. It was really impressive to see. So if anyone knows the head judge, I think it was Simon. Honestly, all the judges were amazing. I saw every single judge call I saw was just like, you know, gave the players their due respect, talked to them back and forth, just knew they knew all the rules interactions, they knew the fix straight away. So I was beyond impressed by the judge team. So if they spent 30 minutes interviewing him and deemed that there was no, like, you know, actually trying to cheat, then I totally believe them. So just add that.
Okay. Just wanted to get that out there. Like, I don't even want to get into like the names of players and situations because we talked about this, right? It's just drawing undue attention to something that turned out to be nothing.
Yeah.
I just was disgusted by Twitch chat. I mean,
no, it's good.
That's probably something that applies to a lot of situations. but yeah, in that case, it very much was so.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Should we talk about Premodern?
Hell yeah, my baby. I
was looking forward to talking about Frontier. Okay, never mind. Next episode, maybe.
I'm just going to wax lyrical again, as I always do. I'm building another deck slowly, but Goblins is just this gift that keeps on giving. It's so fun to play for me. I actually wasn't even sure when I was packing, I almost didn't pack the deck because I was thinking, yeah, I'll just play Legacy all weekend. And thank God I did, because I didn't realize things would sell out. So I was very happy to play Premodern and Cube and just chill this day. So I had no expectations. It was just to play for fun. And the Goblins just keep treating me well as well. So round one, I played a mirror, and I apologize to my opponent. I just drew so well. It was insane. I just had like turn one lackey into like gem palm your lackey, put in war chief or whatever. So I just drew insanely well in the mirror. Next round, so I 2-0'd the mirror. Next round I played against Stasis, which can be a pretty hard matchup sometimes, but we were sitting next to each other the round before, so we both knew what each other were on. And there was no secrets of like pretending we didn't. We were chatting while we were playing the match before as well. So I mulliganed to 5 looking for a lackey, which I found. And he knew I was Goblins as well, so he was finding whatever's good against Goblins. But game 2, he flooded a lot, which helped and stuff. But I was doing things, like I've played this matchup a few times. It's similar to where, like, if you know the macro of a thing, like I was not attacking with a pile driver for a couple of turns because I know that if he plays a Stasis, it's not worth getting in 1 or 2 chip damage. I need to save it so I can play out a big board.
We need to basically fireball it.
Exactly. So like that didn't come up because he didn't find the Stasis, but I was like happy to catch those kind of plays. But 2-0 stasis, which is nice. Round 3 was against Terragen. So this can be a really hard matchup because I find Terravor really hard to deal with as goblins. You need to be really cognizant of like their mana. So I'll naturalize their Mox Diamonds over Sylvan Library sometimes, or sometimes you need to just not play a goblin so you can port a second green source and stuff. So you need to keep them off Terravor mana if you can, and you need to know that they're siding in Call of the Herds very often and stuff. So like you side in Pyrokinesis, even though the only creature you saw game 1 was either a 2020 or a Nibble Mongoose, which has...
Dude,
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Like everything, all the knowledge you drop about Premodern, like you already have all of that ready, right? I feel like you are really deep into it on a strategic level. It goes all the way back to when I watched you in Spain last year, where you sided out like all of your goblins against Mono Black Control, I believe.
Yeah, you take the draw and side out all the X1s.
Yeah, like that blew me away. Like every time you drop knowledge about Premodern, I want to say like to me, you are Mr. Premodern.
God, no, absolutely not. I'm going to refute that. But
there are people who are like more knowledgeable about the format than you.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I've just played loads of goblins, I guess, and I do keep up with the format a little bit. But like, I don't know, not that much. But I love thinking about these macro matchup things. So I've lost to Terrageddon because I didn't think of Call of the Herd, but now how I won game 2 was because I actually lost this game, but they Armageddoned quite early because they had a 3/3, so they went like turn 3 Call of the Herd, and then they got to kill my creatures and then Armageddoned. But I had like 2 Pyrokinesis in hand, so I got to kill their elephant, and then we played a real game rather than just die.
4 cards on killing 1/2 of Call of the Herd.
2 cards, Pyrokinesis and a red card.
Oh, I thought you said like you had 2 Pyrokinesis or something.
I had 2 in hand, but 1 kills it.
Okay, yeah, of course, it's a single token.
Yeah, so that's like it's a really hard matchup, I think, because Terravor is so big, and they play Pyroclasm sideboard, which Pyroclasm kills everything in goblins. There's no way around it unless you have like 3 Goblin Kings, 2 Goblin Kings. So I managed to sneak that because I think game 3, I just, I can't remember. I managed to sneak the win against Terrageddon. And then round 4 was Survival Elves, which Elves is definitely Goblin's best matchup. But this guy had a really cool sideboard tech of 3 Wall of Blossoms. So I know, it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Premodern thing ever. It's like one of the most dominant decks in the format, stopped by Wall of Blossoms.
Because I know my game plan is into Elves is get Sharpshooter and play ASAP. Like, you have to get it ASAP. So I was like, mulligan to Matron, so I have a turn 4 Sharpshooter, but you get a War Chief in there and they just die. But I know that they side into Mastercores and stuff and Wall of Blossoms and stuff. So I side in all the naturalizers to kill Mastercore. And I don't even kill survivals because I need to kill the Mastercores usually. So
doesn't it have like regenerate?
It does, but you can like port them to take off mana.
Okay.
Their mana's really taxed actually. Like often they play it and they don't have mana to regenerate at the turn they play it.
What happens usually? They're not next leveling you.
They can't really. Like Goblins does apply a lot of pressure. So
Okay, cool.
This is one matchup where I'm still least sure about like my sideboarding plans. I set up lackeys on the draw, but I don't know, because you have Pyrokinesis and Gem Palms and stuff, it can be pretty good. So anyway, I managed to do that. So I was 4-0 and I got to double ID because it was like 30 players. And I asked to play for fun in round 5 and the guy was like, nah, I'm going for a beer. And I said, you know what? Fair enough. So we went and got a beer. So I got to ID the last 2 rounds. And then it was pretty late. It was like 8 p.m. when the top 8,
sounds like 5 hours later.
Top 8 was going to start. And Matteo Blasi was also in the top 8. And so was Johan, actually, both of them with Stifle Knot. And Matteo was like, Callum, how the fuck do you keep winning with this shitty Goblins deck? And I don't see Goblins winning that often, to be fair. But I managed to dodge the Replenish decks and the Stifle Knot decks, and of which like the top 8 was 5 or 6 of them. So those are hard matchups. They are. People say the Stifle Knot like matchup is close, but basically everyone wanted to go and split the top 8 and go and get dinner, but I was the only person that no-sirred. So I was like, you know what? I want to play. I had no idea what the prizes are. I just fancy playing more because I got to ID the last 2 rounds as well. And so Matteo pairs into me and destroys me in like 10 minutes. It was just like done quickly. And so they got to split the top 4, but it was a complete non-match. I just drew badly, mulliganed low, and such is life.
Isn't Stifle Knot kind of like considered the best deck in the format?
Yeah, it is. That or Replenish. Right? Like they're probably tied.
I'm still waiting for Replenish to properly take off because I still have 4 copies that I want to sell at some point.
I'd do it now. Like, people think that something from that deck's getting banned, so...
Wait, really?
Yeah, probably Parallax Tide.
Or maybe I should then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
Anyway.
But the thing is, like, I really, like, this is another theme of Everyday Eternal. Julian talks about how he wants to get into Premodern because I feel so fucking at home at that format.
Do it.
What the fuck is Broccoli Soup? I'm looking at MTG Top 8 deck lists. Broccoli Soup? How's that a deck?
Oh, yeah. Is that...
Okay, Broccoli Soup apparently is... Oh, that's just like
Is that
Mono Black
username?
Suicide Black.
Oh, okay.
And it splashes green for Call of the Herd.
Call of the Herd is really good.
Okay. No, you know what I really want to play? Like, I kind of want to play Elves, but also the thing is, ever since last year's Eternal Weekend, where I saw the recurring Nightmare Great Whale deck, I kind of want to do that.
Do it, man. It's survival. Survival's good in a format. It's one of your favorite cards. As
Can
I
you
said,
play proxies in these tournaments?
yeah. This was full
Oh, you
proxies.
can? Really?
This was all proxies allowed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do it.
okay,
Do
you
it.
got
Do
me
it.
there.
Some aren't like full proxies allowed, but most allow gold border as well. If you wanted to do
The
that.
thing about like survival gold border is still like
Still expensive.
70 euro. Yeah,
Oh
70
god, is
euro
it really?
card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like it's the regular one is like 155 starting, so more like
Jesus.
170 or 80.
fair enough. But no, a lot of proxy friendly, and survival must be cheap online if you fancy playing it there as well. But it's not the same
There's
thing.
like a Discord for Premodern, right?
Yeah. Or if you ever go into like the freeform like tournament play, whatever practice room, there's always people playing Premodern there, so you can just queue up and play people. Yeah, so I've got goblins online to do that every now and then. I'm also building a new deck, which it has some expensive cards, so it's a very slow project in paper, but it's like it's got Oath, so you Oath for Academy Rector, and then you have like Opalescence and Parallax Wave and Aura of Silence. So that's a lock to exile all your opponent's creatures forever and counter all their spells forever, which is fun. But the real combo is it has Explorations, Summer Bloom, and Horn of Greed. And then,
Fuck, dude, what is this deck,
oh,
man?
it's so beautiful. And
That's
so,
just like straight out lose to Sly.
so you play 3 Glacial Chasm as well. So hold up, the way it wins is you play loads of the lair lands, which are like it taps 3 mana, but ETB return a land as well.
Yeah.
So with all these Summer Blooms and Explorations and stuff, and then you play 2 Gaia's Blessing, so you can like reshuffle the Summer Blooms. So when you go off with a Horn of Greed, you do very often just draw your whole deck. And the way it wins is it has 1 Sickening Dreams. So you play Glacial Chasm,
Oh god.
which prevents all the damage to you. And then Sickening Dreams is a sorcery for 1 and a black. As an additional cost to cast it, you discard X cards, and then it does X damage to each creature and each player. So because you've drawn your deck, you discard 20 cards. The Glacial Chasm prevents all the damage to you, and you just one-shot your opponent.
Does it like have a name, or did you come up with that?
No, I was trying to build Horn of Greed Exploration decks, and I was playing with like Intuitions and Upheavals and stuff, and I was doing okay. I was playing online, and then I paired into a guy that was playing like a Tanglewire Welder deck, which I commented. We had a chat for a while because his deck was so cool, and then he sent me this, and I've just fallen in love with it. So that's what I'm building slowly. So
That's cool.
There's some really cool brewing space in Premodern as well.
It's kind of funny, right? People say like Premodern, the one downside is that it never changes, but apparently it does.
No, it's amazing, and people are expecting like the format is pretty healthy, and there is brewing to be done, and it is really, really amazingly fun right now. But people are expecting to be some ban or unban in the next year-ish. Martin Berlin, who's the guy that came up with Premodern first, he manages the ban list, and I think it's incredibly managed because the idea behind it is Force of Will is banned, and then all the 2 good combo cards are banned. Otherwise, Force of Will would be way too good. Like Foil is played in high numbers, so I love this idea behind it. It's a forceless format.
So that there's no good A plus B combo decks?
Not really. Well, like
I'm looking at the deck lists right now, so
people are expecting Necropotence might get unbanned, which could be spicy.
I guess technically full English breakfast, like it works with only survival and then you find the rest, but that's like so much mana and investment and shit. And
yeah. And the thing is, all these decks like do die to either Pyroblasts or like Tormod's Crypts and stuff. So
apparently there's like a Doomsday deck in the format. The fuck?
Yeah, Doomsday like
Luca Fasoli played that. Okay,
of course he does. Of course he does.
Of course.
I think Doomsday you loop Ebony Charm with
there's one of Ebony Charm in
with
there.
Future Sight out.
There's you got it.
Yeah, cool.
That's crazy. Okay, you get like 2 copies of Abeyance, 4 Limdu's Vault, 3 Sleight of Hand, 1 Rushing River, of course. Sepraxon Scary, that's the Deplete land.
Yeah.
For Gemstone Wine, for City of Brass. Or Chromatic Sphere to Darkwater Egg.
So the problem with Doomsday
Is Cabal therapy in the sideboard.
Is it loses to like everything? It's like the Cephalobreakfast thing we were saying. Very often it just like dies to everything. Like every interaction will stop it. Like Pyroblast is everywhere. It just kills the future sight. What is also a big shame is, I'm just realizing this now, is Stifle Knot is probably the most popular deck, and people play Sapphire Charm, and that says target player mills 4 cards.
Oh, dude. Okay, dude. You're cooked. You're cooked.
So, but Doomsday, when it's this bad, is cool as fuck. So, please play Doomsday. You beautiful people. It's cool. So anyway, there's my waxing poetic about Premodern that I seem to do every time I go to a Legacy event. I like do really, really mediocrely, and then just love playing Premodern. So maybe I'm
at least you stick to your basic mountains, right?
Actually,
yeah.
Is there a Premodern podcast out there? Because I think I would listen to that.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I just don't listen to...
It's literally probably called the Premodern podcast.
I just don't listen to any podcasts, not even our own. So
Wait. You listen to a lot of podcasts. You know a lot of people.
What I would say is I don't know the podcast. I'm sure there are some. But check out Phil Wen. He is MTG banding. Go and search for MTG banding. Phil is like the guy that I tell everyone to go and check out to get into Premodern.
Oh, apparently there's a cast called Premodcast. They have like 91 episodes. The last one from July, so it's at June actually. Or they only release like every other month.
So I wonder, like what do the guys talk about? Because like they can't talk about new releases.
Dude, I can hear like the tone of voice in Kai's voice.
Yeah, dude.
Like this format. Come on, it's
not
that great as you guys make it.
No, like
things change.
The cards look nice. The cards look nice, but like I watched a little bit of the gameplay, right? And I mean the card power level is just on average so low.
Seriously?
I
Survival
think so.
of the fittest?
Like survival, yeah, but like survival is nice, but like the stuff you get with survival.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it, right? That's how Legacy used to be. Like you had all these powerful spells but crappy creatures, and then you had to like make it work. Yeah, okay, I see you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like no, so I can definitely see the appeal of this, and I actually might want to try maybe like a deck or two, just to see if I'm maybe wrong, and I might be wrong, right?
We are already like deep into the feedback sandwich. Okay, here comes the part.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I'm just a big fan of like powerful magic, like mythic rares and like.
Hey, look, turn 1 Mog Fanatic is very powerful. Cool. Anyway,
cool. Yeah, you just sold me the format. Yeah.
So shout out to Premodern being awesome as ever. There's my thing. I just want to finish the Saturday. So while we were playing the Premodern downstairs, there were CDH events going on all weekend, like competitive EDH for anyone that doesn't know that term. I'm sure you do. I kept overhearing like one of the pods arguing about like, if you do this, I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. So a couple of us were like laughing while we were cubing to the side. This could have been a story from Sunday evening. I can't remember now actually. But I heard afterwards that apparently the finals of one of the CDH pods or one of the tournaments was there till 3 a.m.
Yeah, dude.
With the judge. Poor judge. I don't know how this was allowed to happen, honestly, but apparently they kept drawing the games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, so, what the hell?
Yes. Like, so, it was on, I think, it must have been like on Saturday. Like, I went out for dinner or something, and then I came back because I stayed at the same place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, all the lights were out. Like, the entrance door was like barely open still. I thought, okay, so everyone's probably at home. Yeah, better go to bed because it was like 1 a.m. or maybe 2 a.m. or so. And then there was still light in the basement. And there
that's
was
so flavorful, honestly.
Yeah, and then there was like this final part, like those 4 guys playing CDH, and like this one judge who was like barely alive. And they had to restart the finals twice, I think.
God.
Wait, are we talking about the Legacy main event?
No, dude, this was CEDH.
Oh, CEDH. Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
Till 3 a.m.
And this is ridiculous, right? Because like, so I personally like the format, but I hate the format as a competitive like tournament format, because the one bad thing about the multiplayer tournament is that you can, first of all, you can shit talk as much as you want, and that's kind of bad. But the second of all, like if there is no clear winner, and there are a lot of situations where there can't be a clear winner, like for example, like if let's just say like Callum, Julian, and I, the three of us play a part, and Callum can win next turn, but Julian can also win next turn, and I'm the only person who can stop, and I only have one force of will, for example. Like, I can't win, right? Like, I can only force one of your win attempts. Mm-hmm. So I then start this bullshit talk of, hey, guys, I have only one counter. If I can't stop both of you, so, like, let's draw this game and let's restart. And this is the bullshit that keeps happening. Also in, like, other games like Settlers of Catan or any other board games that's, like, more than 2 players. And it's called Kingmaking.
Kingmaking is what it's called.
It sucks so much, and I feel so sorry for the judge too, because I think the judge had to be on standby the next morning at 9 a.m. I think for another side event.
Honestly, that's kind of stupid at that point. Also, I think somebody wrote an article about that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think the title was like "Collusion is legal in CEDH," because it straight up is, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, the solution, quote unquote, would be to disallow people from talking, but I mean, that's the whole point of Magic, and even more so of CEDH.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Because it sucks so much. I don't know. Like I've been playing a lot of CEDH actually. Like also yesterday and like on Saturday I played like 10 hours of CEDH with some of my friends, and like the gameplay is actually kind of nice, and especially if you do it with your friends, because you can shit talk in a good way, right? And I don't know, just do like funky plays, and you have like crazy Flusterstorm.
I mean,
piles and blah blah blah.
People call it competitive EDH, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's very much not, unless you play it one-on-one, in which case it's amazing. But like,
exactly,
calling a multiplayer format competitive and like running actual tournaments on it. Like I watched some content, read some, even listened to some podcasts. They talked about playing these kinds of tournaments. And the situation you bring up, that actually happened quite a lot in like proper tournaments. So there was actually stuff on the line. And I felt so like, I guess I keep going back to the word disgusted by it, because it's like it goes against every like whole idea of competitiveness and stuff. It's just like so random. Yeah. If people enjoy the format, they should keep playing it, but it's very much not for me.
Exactly. So like, so that's why I like my personal split of like having like Legacy and Vintage as my like main like competitive outlets, right? And then I play like the bracket 3 casual commander and also CEDH on a more like casual, like laid back kind of lifestyle kind of thing.
You would be the guy like, no, we're not drawing this one. Like you need all 4 players to agree, right? To draw it.
Exactly, yeah. But you will always agree to draw if like
but you could like not agree out of principle. And then they kill you and then they draw, I guess. Actually, what if they kill you and then they draw? Are you back in the game?
You are back in the game. If the games are drawn, then every 4 players have 1 point. It's Hey,
we revive Kai, the guy who never wins, so we kill him again and then we draw again. It's just like you're like, if they are like playing a video game where they can't beat the second level, but you are the easy first level, they always have to play through in order to try the second level, then they fail. And then they revive Kai, they go through Kai, and then they try and fail again. It's just like...
It's funny because like this bullshit stuff only happens in the US and in Europe, where people just talk a lot. And whenever I see like CEDH tournaments in Japan, for example, almost none of this happens because Japanese just don't trash talk all that much during games. And I don't know, like I have to kind of like just go there and also play CEDH like myself in Japan to just really understand why, like what's the difference is. But like especially, just all the folks here, we just talk too much.
Isn't the solution to this that you put on like a time limit, like not necessarily 50 minutes? Yeah, give them more time, but some kind of time limit, and then you play what's it called again? First damage wins.
Yeah, so they got 80 minutes for one game, and then like I think they get to like empty the stack, I think, or some shit like that, and then the game's over. Because like stacks can be like that can be like giant. Multiple Ristic studies and Flusterstorms and I don't know, fairy mastermind triggers on top of each other, and so. But yeah, I think this is like enough content for maybe like a whole other episode, maybe. Or
I was just thinking like if this is how it actually plays out when there's stuff on the line. Like, if I was a TO, I would just, like, not offer that anymore. Because I wouldn't want my judges to sit there until, like, 3 or 4 in the morning to just, like, watch this bullshit.
Yeah.
Or find another way to solve this, right?
Yeah. I wasn't aware it was in the same room as the Premodern guys. that's kind of hilarious, actually.
Yeah. And I think, like, old school to the side.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should, I think we probably mentioned this on one of the later last casts, but, like, this basically all the events that happened on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they were all Eternal formats, right? Like there was lots of old school, Vintage 2, CEDH on all days, same for Legacy, and I think there was only a single Modern event on Sunday.
Imagine if they like offered like random block construct. Actually, blocks don't exist anymore. They haven't probably existed in like 15 years or something. But yeah,
old man Julian. No, they did.
I mean, it's called Eternal Mania for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's not called like rotating formats mania.
Oh, Callum, do we want to mention the special event on Friday night?
Yes. So I was super sad to miss this. So I was playing Legacy and I was going to drop for it. I was so excited for this, but thanks to my hangover / food poisoning, so I didn't do it. There was the Belgian experience event on the Friday, which was basically you draft, you do chaos drafts, and every pack or something you get like a really nice Belgian beer, and it's like crafted so that they're going to be nice recommended beers by someone who knows their beers and stuff. So they got Duvel beer to sponsor it, and apparently Duvel sent them like 10 times more than they expected or something. So we've got a picture of some of the prizes we're going to put in the show notes. This is like, I think everyone got something. So fucking Duvel sponsored a chaos draft. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So I went through the room just to like look and be jealous a few times, and everyone was just having a blast. So
yeah,
I was more excited for this than ELM, and
yeah,
I just knew I couldn't miss.
You couldn't miss that room either. Like it was one of those like side event rooms, but it was the loudest room by far. The humidity was up to 95%, I swear to God. And it was like, I don't know, 40 degrees Celsius in that room. Like it was capped at 64 players. Everyone was sweating, but everyone had like the best time in their life, I feel like. And I wasn't even part of this event, you know. I just walked in like, and it was like round 2 or something like that. And it was beer everywhere. Everyone had like the crappiest deck. And I feel like no one really gave a shit about like their actual decks.
You know what? I think I realized like very few people were using sleeves. It was just like, just what the fuck? Just fuck it.
Yeah.
Beer and no sleeves. So good. So good, man.
Like some of them used the card as like beer coasters, you know?
yeah. What a great idea for an event as well. Really, really cool.
I mean, that's what you expect when it happens in Belgium.
Yeah.
Also, really cool that they made it work.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know how big of a beer
it's just
brand
so nice
that
that
is, but
you know it's just immediately capped, which kind of speaks for itself, right?
So next time, I'm definitely do it. I'm going to sign up straight away, and I'm not going to eat mussels the night before.
Like if this becomes really popular, it's eventually going to turn into like Beer Mania with like a Legacy side event or something.
Yeah, it could do.
I wouldn't be upset.
I'm sure they'll do it next year.
Cool.
Should we talk about Sunday?
Yeah.
We're almost like 2 hours in the cast and like we haven't even finished. Oh, dude. Okay, this is going to be a long one.
Today at work, I kind of wanted to message you guys. Hey guys, maybe we keep this one to an hour because last episode was like 2 hour long and I still have to like edit all of this and also like
no way.
Yeah.
Well, ELM, so I played it. We've already gone over my deck list, so we'll post the deck list in the show notes. There's not like a ton to say. I didn't play my best Magic. I didn't play badly either. Started off with a couple of wins, but so in my first round, I just want to shout out, I played, God, I'm forgetting his name. He's Triac on Magic Online. Begins with an F, his name. I'm going to kick myself in a second.
Begins with the F, of course, this guy.
Yeah.
Florian from Berlin.
Almost. Playing Reanimator, so we had like a really interesting back and forth. And then it was like a classic. I think I snuck a game 1. Game 2, we have like, I'm in a really good position. And then he has 1 card in hand, and then top decks Reanimate or the Entomb to need it. And then Atraxa finds like Thoughtseize, Force of Will, Wasteland, Fatal Push, like everything. So we go to game 3, and then game 3, I had like blasted a Brazen Borrower, and I got a bridge in play. So we go to time, and I don't say anything. I'm like, yeah, it's a draw. It's totally a draw. Either of us could win. He's at 3, and I have 3 bolts in my deck, and I can draw the combo. But he has like 6 cards in hand versus my none, but I have a bridge in play. And he thinks for like 2 minutes and then just says to the judge, I'm going to concede. I was like, oh, I mean, you don't have to at all. And he said he only has 1 Brazen Borrower in the deck. So he's literally drawing dead. I'm going to find the bolts and the combo eventually. So that was really nice.
Cool.
So that was a nice start after, maybe that was round 1. And then, you know what, it all kind of blurs into one. I was feeling a bit tired and I didn't have enough water, I think. Which is, stay hydrated, folks. But I ended up a very cool 3-3-1. I did draw against like a Jeskai deck as well. So Friday 3-3, Sunday 3-3-1. Just completely average Legacy player, baby.
I think there's a lot, like, if you and I, like, if you combine our records, there's just, like, a lot of threes, dude. Because I got 2-3 drop, 3-3 drop, and 0-3 drop.
Yeah.
Huh.
I will say what was interesting is 2 of my losses, I lost against Grixis Delver and something else. I drew kind of rough, but I got that bloody Chaos Defiler stuck in my hand multiple times. So that's a point where, like, I can feel unlucky for drawing it, but I think it was a bad choice to have it in the deck. So always got to think about it in perspective. So I just love playing ELM. So even despite not doing great and like a couple of losses, I got like a little bit frustrated with the deck, just kind of crapped out. Like I had a few games that I lost where if I drew like a mana source in 3 or 4 draw steps, I would have won the game. But that is just magic. Oh, Laurent was who I'm thinking of. He won the event we commentated in Lyon. Remember?
The MTG one?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love playing ELM. Like, despite I didn't have a ton of expectation on my back, I was like hoping to do well, obviously, and I was going to try my best. And like the list I made all made sense to me at the time. But the vibes in the room, the environment was so fun. Like everyone was excited. It was just like this big thing. So this is the 4th one, and this is the 2nd one I played. And last year watching it, I kind of got a lot of FOMO. So I do really want to qualify for next year. And Kai, you were also feeling like you wanted to play when you were there, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
you posted an amazing picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make... Honestly, you should make that face an emote on your channel. That's just perfect for like a Twitch emote.
Yeah.
Thank
you. So
I would subscribe again. Like I don't even have Amazon Prime anymore, but I would subscribe if you make that an emote.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, guess who was not?
Okay.
Anyway, it was a lot of good energy, definitely, and like the top 8 was stacked too, and yeah, I mean, like it was like the highest quality tournament, right? Because
such good players.
Because everyone was a winner. Yeah.
Oh, can Lucas Miton, who's fake futurism, just leave me alone? Like seriously. So I played him in the first ELM, and I played him at Lyon at MTG1s, and I played him round 3 here as a feature match on camera. And fate dangled something in my face because on my player card, one of my accomplishments was I beat Lucas once. So he was like, never again. And so of course we get paired and I win game 1. So I'm like, oh my God, can it actually happen? And then I multi-5 game 2 and 3 and just die.
Wasn't that the feature match?
Yeah, it was a feature match.
Yeah, because I tuned in and I lost it when I saw that you were playing him.
Yeah, like...
I was like, I tuned right in like as you were playing him. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect.
He is my worst matchup in the room. So that was cool. But it was funny. Like he's such a nice guy and so fun. Like I don't know if you could hear it on the stream, but I was chatting a lot of shit. So
yeah, you could hear a lot. Like
okay,
I kind of like that actually. Like you could hear a lot of the things that the players were saying.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean they had like extra mics for the players, right?
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
So that was cool. It was cool getting a feature match as well. I enjoyed it. It was cool to do.
Yeah. But like you had to cross a couple of like dungeons and stuff to get to the feature match area room, which was another like experience. Like you had to go through like the kitchen, like the backdoor kitchen, and like
this was in a school. So because I think the guys that put it on, they're teachers there, I think.
Yeah.
So they got the school to play with. So yeah, you go through like the woodworking room. There's like loads of saws on the wall. And so obviously, I reckon the guys made a joke every time, like this is where we cut you up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, I'm probably being led to my death with this bloody cloud post guy. So,
I'll never forget the first time you told me about like how Cloudburst is one of the worst matchups for Painter. That was like many years ago, and I was like, why? How would that be? And yeah, I guess it is.
Dude, now they play Khan Silex as like a pernicious deed. Khan's coming out turn 2 all the time. One ring goes over the top as well. They have Disruptive Flute's main deck, and then like Force of Vigors come in. Like it's just ridiculous. So anyway. And you need a 3-card combo because of
I
Emrakul.
played 3 copies of Current Silex, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I did.
For anyone that didn't watch it, the game 2 is really cool and funny because I kept a hand that was like, I think it was like 4 lands with 2 sagas and 2 mountains and a bolt or something. It was terrible. But I was like, you know what? If his hand is just super reactive, maybe this works. And he played a turn 4 Emrakul. Just goes Cloud Post, like Glimmer Post, because it's command, make loads of mana. Turn 4, exactly 15 mana. Just easy. Easy. Anyway.
Yes, you do.
Kai, what you up to on Sunday?
One copy of Cursed Totem in the sideboard. That's kind of cool. That's a card I haven't seen in forever.
Oh, for Nadu, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so for all the noobs who didn't qualify for the ELM, there was still a side event. There were a lot of side events. There was also a legacy side event called Legacy for Art, which I found really, really nice because that's like another side event we haven't really had in any of the past events. So basically, it's a side event, but instead of cards, you can win art. And like Jeff Laubenstein was there, and a couple of other like artists and ultra artists and stuff. And like I didn't see the entire top 8, but like I think the prizes were like prints, I don't know, like artist proofs or altar cards, all of that stuff, like framed prints and playmats and whatnot. And I also sponsored a graffiti altered days to the prize pool. And I told the organizers, so I'm gonna play the event, but like if I have a decent record, and if I top 8, then I will drop from the top 8. That was kind of like the promise. And I was very lucky because I didn't even have to break my promise because I went 0-3 drop naturally.
Oh, so lucky, dude.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
that was so lucky that I didn't have to like do any like awkward like drop stuff.
You could have also just like kept playing if you'd made top 8 and just like not picked any of the prizes and then passed them down.
But I didn't know how they did how they distributed the prizes, but apparently they had like everything like on a shelf, and then the first player just picked whatever they like, any like prints or altar card or whatever, and then they kind of went down from the 1st to the 8th, which I think is pretty cool, especially because when you compare these kind of prize payouts to, let's say, like single cards, what happens a lot of the times, like most of the players already have those cards, like Blood Moons and Fetch Lands and whatnot, so they go to the first vendor and just sell them again and get a little bit of cash out of it. But like if you get like an artist proof or like a test print or an altar card or whatever that actually even says like Legacy for Art top 8 or whatever, then this is something that you can, I don't know, just put in your binder or I don't know, on your shelf maybe at home, or just just have something that you can remember.
It reminds you.
Yeah, it reminds you of the tournament, because I don't know like how many like do you actually need like the $20-30 for this one magic card that you won in a side event? Like wouldn't you rather want to have something that's a little more like valuable to you specifically? But yeah, anyway, that was on Friday. That was on Sunday, and I also noticed that a lot of players already left on like early afternoon Sunday because they probably had to go back to work on Monday morning. Yeah, it was overall very good energy, and I also got to talk to like Jeff and a couple of other people like more relaxed on Sunday because it was like rather chill, I want to say.
Yeah, honestly, like it overall sounds like you had one of the most amazing times of any tournaments.
Oh, dude, yeah, like the whole event, yeah, dude. We should. Do we want to talk about the props and the slops about
that's
this
like the old school way of doing it, right? When like 20 years ago, when you wrote tournament reports, you would always put like props and slops at the end.
I love it.
We are so lucky because we have them right in the show notes, baby.
Yeah, I think yeah, so cool. Oh yeah, you actually mentioned most of those already, right? Is there anything else you want to shout out?
Let's go for
run
the bottom. Yeah. So props, school location, lots of room. Definitely agree. I think this is such a big improvement if you compare this to like any other event, because the 3 organizers, the 3 TOs, are all 3 teachers at this school, so they know all the facilities, they know where the restrooms are, they know where the cables are, they know everything inside out. They knew where the projector is, so you can project the feature match rounds on the wall, and so everyone can watch it. And it was so just like well organized throughout. So big props to this. And then they had a stream on projector. Did you watch a couple of games?
Yeah, I watched a bunch. So if any round finished early, so what was really cool is towards the back of the whole area was where there was like food and drinks and stuff. And so they'd got a projector on the wall with a bunch of seats there where the Bizarro Box stream was going on so the main event on Saturday and the ELM on Sunday. And it was always full of people watching, and like I love like having like there's a bunch of Italians and there's a bunch of like Belgians, and they were playing an Italian versus a Belgian on stream, and they're shouting, "Oh, he top decked the days!" And
How lucky!
It was so fun to be there with everyone, like just hanging out and chatting about the match and watching and stuff. So, if anyone is doing their own events, having like a watching area, if you can do it, it's so good.
Definitely,
brilliant.
It's almost like watching football together.
Yeah,
like sports. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
Definitely.
Legacy watch parties. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Next props is beers. Okay, that's a weird
The
one.
beers
Let's
were
go
good.
to let's go to the next one.
Even in the area like where we were, they had like 10 different nice beers. So Belgian beer's good.
Yeah. Next is selling out events for the first Eternal Mania. Yep, definitely agree. I think some people were, like, including myself, we were a little nervous because this was happening for the first time in a not so big city. So yeah, there were a couple of question marks I think before the event, but like I'm just so thrilled that this was this was like such a big success, right? I can't wait for next year, honestly. Judges were amazing. We already mentioned this.
Yeah.
Players were chill. Yeah.
I really found that like all of my opponents, every single one was just like really, really chatty, and we had a good game and stuff.
Yeah, but this is also like based on the because like the setup is so nice, right? Because the location is cool, and because the judges were amazing, and the beers and projector, like all of this just led to the players just being very chill, I think. Okay, and then we cooped a little bit. I got to hang out with Jeff Laubenstein on Monday, which was pretty cool. So my bus back to Berlin left on Monday evening. So I had the entire Monday, and Jeff also happened to be completely free on Monday. So we just hang out in the city, and we went to this like retro like comic store, and I just bought a bunch of he bought a bunch of comics. I bought the original like Uzumaki book from Junji Ito, like the horror anime manga.
Cool.
Kind of thing. So yeah, so I had something to read on my bus trip. Yeah, and then there's the slops, I guess. I mean, you had the muscles.
Yep, muscles definitely a big slop. Yeah, that hurt.
That's your slop. That's your personal slop.
My personal slop was the muscles. Yep.
Yeah. And then what? Flip side to getting lots of players, events capping.
So this was pretty bad, I thought. I mean, I get that they didn't want to put an extra round, but I know there was a bunch of people that couldn't play the Saturday Legacy. Like some had traveled from. I think I heard some from Ireland come, and yeah, they just couldn't play the main event.
The thing is, like, I mean, yes, it sucks, and I mean, it also sucks that it happened to you. But like, honestly, like, just like it also, the thing is, pre-sign up, it also makes it so much easier for the tournament organizer. I mean, there's a reason tournament organizers offer discounts,
but it's so rare to be like to have something like this cap.
Honestly, but I don't hate that.
If it was like communicated ahead of time that there's a chance that a cap, I guess they didn't know, but I'm just saying like. I think a lot of players would have just taken an 8th round on the Saturday, start them a little bit earlier. There's multiple ways to fix it for next time and stuff, but I do.
The thing is, like, what do people gain by like signing up so late? Because like it's a real downside for the tournament organizer.
Well, I didn't know I could come until the week before, and it was already sold out.
Okay, that sucks. But even just like a week before, that's so short.
I mean,
notice.
I get it, but it's still a downside. I think.
Yeah.
The fact that there were players there that wanted to play. I mean, and they've traveled from another country. And
I guess if you have like a lot of people in the side event and they're like, hey, can we just like use all these resources, like, judges and everything, and throw that towards the main event and let us play the main. Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I've TO'd for 7-8 years. I know that early signups are good and it helps you.
I mean, this kind of like indirectly also creates a lot of hype about this event, right? Because if you know that this event is gonna cap, then like it makes even more players to, sign up.
Yeah.
Because they want to be part of this next year.
Yeah. Like, again, for me, I was happy to not play the Saturday. I was really happy with playing the Premodern and just chilling. I really was. But I overheard these 3 guys from Ireland say they couldn't play the main event, and they traveled from Ireland to come and play Legacy and stuff.
I think more people just need to eat more mussels then.
Yeah, true.
I think we just fixed it, dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
That which also like transitions to the next slop, which is food. This is the only like actual like big critique from my side. I already told the organizers, but like the food was kinda terrible.
Yeah.
Right. So the beer was fantastic, but like we only had a single food truck outside the venue, and the food truck basically only had deep fried stuff.
I got a sandwich as well, but it wasn't. It was just basic.
Oh, dude, where did you get a sandwich?
From the food truck.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So, dude, I didn't.
It was still only one food truck, and it was not great.
Yeah, exactly. Because like they couldn't also keep up with like this many Magic players, right? Like who like all had only like 15 minutes maybe before the next round, and also like you have to wash your hands after like eating fries and stuff. So it was a little messy, I think.
I think this is an easy one to fix with just like another truck for next time or something.
Yeah, I think so. It was like, it was overall a little expensive, maybe. That's also like what I heard.
Quite a lot of things were expensive. So another one of my slops was they were doing like a token thing, which I don't mind in theory, but it was like €2.50 for a token. And cool, so €2.50 for a coffee, whatever. Some of the weaker beers were like $2.50, some were $5, cool. But the fact that a bottle of water was 1 token, so bottles of water, like a basic one, was €2.50, that's very expensive for a thing that you're trying to drink a lot at. So that annoyed me as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it says it right there, like water price.
Yeah. That's I agree. That's my only critique of the thing is water being a bit too expensive because I asked for tap water and they were like, no, we don't do that here. So water not being easily accessible and food not being great. They're literally the only complaints. Everything else was fantastic, and I will definitely go back if I can next year.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think there's any more we should add to this whole thing because
big stamp of approval.
Like I think if I had to rate the Eternal Mania like last weekend from a scale from like 1 to 10, it's like a solid 9. I think.
That's good. That's
really
good.
I feel like 8.5, 9, really high. Yeah.
And like, again, like the only two things I didn't like was the food and then like the accessibility, right? Like getting too hustled.
I mean, I found it really easy, honestly, but it's not easy, but the train
You're
from
talking
Brussels
to the guy who took like a night bus from Berlin to
maybe it's just like a Kai problem. I should probably stop looking into night buses.
Did you go like on a Flixbus?
I took several Flixbuses.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And like, like the ones where you like transit at like midnight and you have to wait until 2 a.m.
Bro,
my god.
It's only 6.5 hours from Newcastle, so like get it fucking together.
You were like in the middle of nowhere, like waiting for your bus at 2 a.m. or something.
Oh no, it was in Frankfurt at the central station.
That's
which
even
is like,
worse,
it's
honestly.
like it's infested with like drug dealers and like homeless
like you went
people
down from Berlin to Frankfurt and then all the way up to Hasselt.
It was kind of messed up. Yeah.
But honestly,
but hey,
I really like rate the dedication and passion because I used to be like that as well for like so many years. Where like, I mean, I guess all of us have been like that for Magic, and I find it really cool that you are still like that. That you will like jump on a Flixbus and like travel all around, like I don't know, Albania on your way to I don't know what.
Yeah, it's not the most chill ride, but it's an exciting one because.
So what do you usually do on these long rides?
So I like it's a combination of like listening to podcasts, sleeping, reading, talking to my neighbors if they are cool.
Like random people?
Yeah, just random people. And just just sit them up and say, just say what up, dude?
What up, dude?
And then just see what happens, right? Yeah.
There's probably somebody else in another podcast about something completely different. And again, it was this like weird Japanese guy just came up to me. What up, dude?
Maybe I should have like flickered like a Doomsday or Dark Witch in front of their eyes, and just see what happens. Maybe
das jüngste Gericht.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Who is this guy?
Maybe they get triggered or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably on some list.
Okay.
You're never going to be allowed back on the Flixbus.
Yeah. Cool. I think I think we talked a lot. Can I piss off now, please?
Yeah, you're required to. I think our hosting provider doesn't actually allow for two-hour podcasts a month. I'm gonna try to figure it out. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, like I really missed out on Eternal Mania. So if you want to go next year, I'm definitely gonna be there because what I heard from you guys, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are all gonna be at Eternal Weekend by the end of the year, right? That's where we're gonna see each other again.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So also if you go there, I guess there's still a lot of time, but say hello. And with that, thank you so much, everybody who are supporting us. If you want to leave a review, yada yada, you know the trick. Support us. Give us the money on patreon.com/everydayeternal. So Kai can actually stop taking those weird buses and I don't know, upgrade to maybe, I don't know, cycling. That would be quite the project. So yeah, especially our Eternal Witness and Grizzlebrand tier supporters, Franco Bodi, Connor Clark, Kane, Colin Garassi, Alex Crow, Tim Everett, Testacular, Sebastian Holaga, Sean Dewey, Stephen Bush, Jim Monolith, Cassandra Davis, Rachel Scherer, Connor Clark, Tristan Mayshak, Tom Zischka, and Severin Schwarzhuber, and Evan Lassard, Tom Hepp, Harry Houdini, MTG, Ian Seefeld, Joe Brennan, and Colonoscopy. Thank you so much. And with that, yeah, I also need a break now, and I have 4 hours of podcasts to edit for the rest of this week. So see you again next month. Bye-bye.
Laters.
Adios, amigos.